longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Life looks pretty good behind the handlebars of a Harley, and that point of view is one that everyone agrees on. At Space Coast Harley Davidson, we'd like to help you get some perspective on what's important. Right now, get 0% interest on select new 2024 Harley models. Get details at 866-826-9072 or spacecoastharley.com anytime. Ride the road and relax. Find your motorcycle and your soul at Space Coast Harley Davidson.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
With spring just around the corner, Invisible Fence brand doesn't want you to be left behind. Give your dog the freedom and confidence they deserve now with an Invisible Fence system. Invisible Fence works in any weather, giving you confidence in your pet's safety at all times. Our pet professionals are experts at customizing solutions to your yard, your needs, and your dog's wants. Let us help you take full advantage of springtime when it's here. Spring into action and visit invisiblefence.com to learn more.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day, and we do have a big program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. Deb does it around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock, it's Date Night Done Right with our friend Danny Myring. We'll find out what's happening in Orlando this weekend. We'll also do Colbert Court in the 4 o'clock hour, talking to Glenn Klausman about some of these new laws that could affect you in your auto insurance and other things coming up. 5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. Tons of fun stuff to talk about. Tons of stuff to give away. Tom Segura tickets, Dierks Bentley tickets, other stuff as well. We'll end it up with You Heard It Here first. Your calls, text, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, it's the man, Mr. Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. This guy's wife leaves literally for 4 days, and he loses his GD mind.
Well, you know what
Woot,
it is.
Woot.
Yeah, it's Woot Bradshaw.
It's Woot
wife out of town.
Woot. He's over there rubbing his nips on the camera with a surfing shirt on.
Seriously, tune into our YouTube channel and check out. Check it out. He's got his cargo pants. He's got his checkered Chucks on. He's got his green T-shirt. His
Vans. He's got a checkered Vans on.
Checkered Vans. He's doing his surfer kind of skateboard bro.
This Jack is tolerable.
I don't know.
This Jack intolerable.
Oh, you just wait.
Yeah, no, I got it. So please, God.
Hey, I'm in the studio with the guy with the upset stomach.
Not today, buddy. Good Lord. Find us on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, on X, just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can send us a talk back if you'd like. Those are the little recorded messages you hear as we come back from break. You can do that. Just get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send it on over.
After you make us your number one preset, pretty please.
That's a big deal, man. We're making
it.
I mean, we're
is.
really slamming that. We got the numbers today, and it's pretty incredible that a market this big is competing with markets like literally twice and 3 times, sometimes 4 times the size of our market here, and it's all because of you guys out there.
Yes.
Doing us that big favor of making us your number one preset on the iHeartRadio app. It is a gigantically big deal, and if you already have the app and you haven't done it, please do that. It really helps us out quite a bit and keeps this content coming down the line for you.
And we really appreciate it.
We do.
We truly do.
You guys having a good day today? Everything good on a Thursday?
Let me check.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I feel for all the people working outside, though, man.
Yeah,
this is not
it's
fair.
Warm. It's warm.
To already be in the 90s, and it's only April 3rd.
Yeah, and it's going to be like this for another 4 or 5, 6 days before that little cold front moves
on
through.
Tuesday.
That will be the last. I mean, look, it doesn't qualify for the last
It
blast.
doesn't look like we're going to get quite that cold, Jimmy. You might actually have called the last blast.
But it's still going to be nice and cool. It's going to be a nice break from this little spate of super hot weather. As the people north of us right now, just in the Midwest there, man, I don't know if you saw any of the storms from last night, and there's another wave of them coming through today. It's pretty bad up there.
I mean, 5 people have been killed from the tornado outbreaks. They're talking about an atmospheric river, basically through the Ohio River Valley, Mississippi River Valley. They could be looking at 10 to 15 inches of rain.
We have family that live up just south of Memphis in northern Mississippi, up there in a little town called Horn Lake. Beautiful little area up there, and the properties are gorgeous, and they have a nice spot. They've already had a tornado rip through their house once in the last 5 years, and when I saw that weather yesterday, I immediately texted my wife and I said, make sure Rand and those guys are good up there because it is going to be nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, nasty, unpredictable tornadoes are the worst.
I looked for the same thing for my brother in Kansas.
Yeah. I'll take hurricanes over tornadoes every day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a bad swap? I don't think that's a bad swap, right? Hurricane's like having one of those things that smooths ice coming at you, as opposed to a tornado, which is like a mad 13-year-old on meth
with a buzzsaw,
with a chainsaw.
Just no rhyme or reason whatsoever.
Literally could skip over your house and destroy the one to the right and left of it, and literally not touch a frame of your house.
And it's interesting. We're going to have a story about that coming up in JCS News, but. Again, when storms pass, be it a hurricane or a tornado, you just forget how long the cleanup takes.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
It really is brutal, and you just don't bounce back as quickly as you think you're going to.
And the reason why we don't realize that is because when the news gets done with the story, when the big flashy part of the story, all the destruction, showing drone shots of washed out roads and houses that are floating down rivers, they have their copy.
They got that B-roll.
They got the B-roll, so they can move on to the next story. And unfortunately, those people still dealing with it. The Carolinas are still in trouble. Still dealing with it. Tennessee still dealing with it.
That's where I come in, because I'll bring you those stories today. We have hurricane names that have been retired.
Yeah. Yep. Today is National Burrito Day.
You know what else it is?
What?
National Chocolate Mousse Day.
Is it really?
Who doesn't love a little piece of French silk pie from the Village Inn?
There's nothing to
Come
the world.
on.
Even better, combine the two.
Right.
A chocolate mousse burrito.
With a churro wrap?
Let's go.
Dude, get out of here.
Oh, hang on a
Best
second.
of, Jack. Best of. Let's go. So, I got to tell you, though, if I'm being honest, though, burrito, my least favorite way to consume Mexican food.
I am with you on that.
My least favorite way.
Really?
I'm not a fan at all.
Too much tortilla.
Everybody raves over the, and I'm a big Chipotle fan, so this is not a slam on Chipotle, but, because they make those honking ass big burritos, man, it kind of gets weird to me eating one, because especially when you're gnawing that thing from the top, it's gross.
Oh, it's a phallic, it's a Palatka thing.
It's not a Palatka thing, dude. I'm just telling you.
It gets gummy.
I don't like gnawing on that thing like a rat.
Yeah, no. And
you get to the bottom, you have that last part of the chicken skin thing at the bottom.
And it's more wrap than anything.
It's when the burrito is like the girth of a beer can. That's too much.
Yeah, but that's what they make.
You talk for
that's
yourself
what they
over
make.
there.
Yeah.
You speak for yourself on that beer can action over there.
You have others
the Queen Tall Boy says
that are a little longer and better proportion for eating.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I like enchiladas. I like enchiladas. There are many burritos you can eat with a fork and
my God. My mom makes enchiladas enchiladas are the absolute best.
You're wrong.
Nope.
How can I be wrong?
I told you, you're wrong.
It's subjective. Totally subjective.
All
Joe.
right.
Let's put it
all
up for
right.
question
of the day. What's better, burrito or enchilada? Done.
Enchilada all the way. Now,
Oh, hold on. Whoa. How about this? We instead of making it that, make it like what's your favorite way to consume Mexican food? Taco, enchilada, quesadilla, or burrito? That's 4 choices.
but what about nachos? You're leaving out nachos.
Nachos don't count.
Then why?
You need something that
Now you threw
encloses.
taco in there.
No. It encloses the meat. Nachos don't enclose the meat. The
I'm
meat
gonna
is like
turn
just on
my
top.
microphone off for just
All right,
a
the
second.
taco is a pocket of meat. The enchilada is like another pocket of meat. The burrito is a pocket of meat.
You're gonna kill her.
I'm back.
All right, put it up there.
And girth of a beer can is the show title.
Already. I wish we could put a photograph on the show title.
Oh man, you just scared me.
It would be Deborah's. Just a big old picture of Deb smiling, holding a tall boy, looking down,
All right, listen. Instead of picking on me, let's go over date night last night, gentlemen.
Oh, God, don't start.
Why? You laid down the gauntlet yesterday, Jim Colbert.
and can I
Did
tell
you
you-
not lay down the gauntlet?
Listen, no
gauntlet?
one heard of that stupid Jim Carrey movie.
Or Will Ferrell movie for that case.
Oh,
Who
jeez.
remembers Stranger Than Fiction?
Oh.
Nobody.
No one saw
Deborah,
that.
I think we were first or second going into the last round, and let me tell you what we did.
Yeah?
Exactly what the stock market's doing.
Oh,
We crashed.
no.
We absolutely. We put tariffs on everybody in the building, and they reciprocated with tariffs, and their tariffs won. They literally, it's like they picked us up and. That's the sound of us turning in our ticket last night.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Are you saying you got beat by a bunch of teachers with a baby in a bar?
They actually
yeah,
they did wind up winning.
Did they really?
Yeah.
You got beat by a toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, wait. This wasn't fair. They had a toddler and a baby.
Yeah, they did that. Had a toddler and a baby last night. Well, the toddler.
We're being overrun.
The toddler and the family, they're leaving. They're going to. They're leaving to go to Alabama. So we had.
Good riddance.
Yeah, I agree. Get out of here. No,
Take your smart ass baby with you.
They're the greatest, but we wish them the very best. But yeah, they and it's so funny because they thought they were eating it, and then they had a great last round, and we had a terrible last round, and then man, we just got blanked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Did
bad.
you see them smiling when they saw you walk through the door?
Yeah.
Like,
They're-
thank God they're here.
Yeah, they're horrible human beings. Well, they tried to rub it in as much as possible, but we're adults. We took it quite well. I have a question for you.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, it is that. It's just one of those for sure. It is a great one. I don't know where to start. I don't know what presidency to start with. But with that said, what presidency, what first couple do you think had the most sex in the White House?
Oh, let's see.
What first couple do you believe had the most sex in the White House?
Pat and Dick Nixon.
I don't know. Can I tell you?
Do you
hold
know?
on. I don't have a clue. I was just kind of thinking about this today.
God, you have some weird thoughts.
I know it's crazy, but I was trying to
my
think of,
guess, the Obamas.
That's my first guess was the Obamas as well.
No, man.
Because I
George
don't-
W. Bush.
Maybe
that's
George W. Maybe
dude.
George W.
George
Yeah.
W.
George and Laura?
And he held an ankle. Come on now.
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
I think you may be onto something.
Yeah.
George W. He nasty.
Yeah.
I
George
think
was
it's
the
down
mo-
to those two.
Yep.
George was the most relatable of any of the presidents that was going in, like any of the Republican presidents.
Please.
That dude was like a straight party boy.
He left the windows open.
Yeah.
See if you can match this.
Yeah. God, you may be right there. See, I think most people would think it would be Kennedy.
No.
No,
Yeah.
he just
Well,
had
he
sex
wa-
with other people.
Yes,
I was
it
gonna
wasn't
say,
in the
no,
White House.
exactly.
That's why I said in the White House.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we can agree that the Carters?
No, he's got lust in his heart. No,
Yeah. The Reagans?
Nope.
No.
Well, you got to remember because Ron Reagan was pretty old when he got into the White
That's
House, right?
Exactly
Yeah.
what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't the Clintons.
I'm gonna go George.
Definitely wasn't the Clintons.
No, definitely not the Clintons.
Again, not in the White House.
George and Martha.
Oh yeah, that could be right. I guess I don't know.
They were never in the White House.
Oh, that's right.
I would say, Lincoln and Mary Todd, but she was pretty depressive. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say probably not.
Who was the most fun?
What about Dolly Madison?
Oh yeah, I almost set a parameter on this, like starting with the Kennedys, and basically just basing that on, we know the Kennedys didn't have it in the White House.
I just think
Please look at Queen Victoria. That girl was a freak.
Yeah.
I think younger. more active, right? So you got Kennedy's, Obama's, George W. Those are the younger crew.
Yeah.
I can't see
Not
HW and
no,
Barbara.
no.
Not the Quaker Oats. No.
They'd put that to
I
bed
told you to leave
years
George
ago.
Washington out of this.
They'd put that to bed years ago.
Yeah.
Long before they got in. Because she kind of looked like George Washington.
Yes, she does.
I wonder who that would be. I think we're right. I think it's the Bushes or the Obamas.
I'm going Bushes.
Yeah. I think George W. is still partying. I think he still gets in a little
man,
bit.
I'm sure he does.
Oh yeah.
Laura's like, oh God, I'm gonna be in the library.
Hanging up. Hi there, Laura.
You're right, exactly.
How you doing, Laura? Meet me in the parlor, Laura. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, news?
Yeah, there really isn't a lot going on.
Okay.
To talk about.
Back to you, Jim.
But we're going to talk about the U.S. Commerce Secretary. He's not worried after stocks tank with the tariff announcement. Experts predict an above normal hurricane season. And, are you ready for a Naked Gun remake? Oh, yeah.
No way.
We're going to talk about that.
Some of the funniest movies ever made.
Well, we're going to talk about that next during JCS News.
Very good. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back in a second and get Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Multiple lanes are blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound at Sand Lake Road. Traffic slowing down due to a crash on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4. The left lane's blocked there, and all lanes are blocked on Orange Blossom Trail northbound at Cinder Lane Parkway due to a serious accident. Traffic's starting to slow down on all the major roadways this afternoon, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kid sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Ready to give up the bottle, drinking too much, and ready for a change? Dr. Robert Malpas with CNS Healthcare in Orlando is seeking adults ages 18 to 65 who regularly consume large amounts of alcohol to take part in a medication research study. If you're ready to make a change, call CNS Healthcare at 407-425-5100 today to learn more about this research study for those who desire to drink less. Or go to cnshealthcare.com to schedule a free consultation.
Hi, my name's Charles. On my way to work, I was struck by a tractor trailer. I called attorney Glenn Klausman for help. He got me to really good doctors. I don't think it's right to be bragging on a billboard or TV about getting millions of dollars for getting hurt. However, I will say Glenn Klausman got me a great settlement quicker than I thought possible. I'm very happy with the results, and that's why I'm doing this. Call Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. His website is klausmanlaw.com. Car crash, call Klausman.
Office, Winter Park.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Shop International Diamond Center, April 11th through 13th, with up to 20% off rings, bands, earrings, and fashion jewelry. Plus new bridal styles up to 3 years, 0% interest financing. Shop IDC, Altamont Springs, Mall of Millenia, and Waterford Lakes.
Eustace Roofing, with over 65 years of experience in Central Florida, provides a VIP experience with an on-site crew lead, project manager, and expert team for every home. No wonder they won National Roofing Company of the Year. Visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Have you ever wondered if your pet is lying to you?
Why is my cat not here? And I go in and she's eating my lunch.
Or if hypnotism is real?
You will use the suggestion to enhance your control.
Or what's inside a black hole?
Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Okay. One of them beer can sized burritos is like a submarine sandwich. The next one down, the ones that everybody's used to, is like eating a submarine sandwich made out of a baguette. All right. Have a great day. It's Thursday. I don't know. Have fun.
Hey, JC and crew. You're going to talk about new laws. Here's an old law. It's illegal for rats to leave any ship docked in Tampa Bay. Go figure.
Jimmy, I don't know which president had the most sex in the White House, but we know who had the least amount of sex, and that would be Taft. Why? Because just take a look at him, and every answer to every presidential trivia question is Taft.
Not a bad theory, I guess. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. If you'd like to be part of our question of the day that we'll give you the answer to the end of the program, just go to our Instagram account or our YouTube channel. You can see it right there in both of those. Get involved. Give us your vote. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
77031. That's how you text us. Leave us a talk back at the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air.
Make it spree said.
That's right. I'm Jim. There's Jack. And Deb has your news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, and JCS News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Stocks are tanking on Wall Street after President Trump's announcement of new global tariffs yesterday. Currently, at the moment, Dow is down about 1554. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says it's only temporary.
The long term or even the medium term, you've got to expect the United States of American markets are going to do extremely, extremely well.
The White House announced a baseline tariff rate of 10% that will go into effect on Saturday. Again, the Dow has been down over 1,500 points at times today, along with the NASDAQ and the S&P. Now, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says his country will impose counter auto tariffs in response to Trump's announcement Wednesday. Carney said the impact of those tariffs will be felt around the world.
The ambition of these measures is enormous. The effects on the global economy will be monumental.
He added that the global economy is now, quote, fundamentally different, end quote, today than it was even yesterday. Carney also said previously announced retaliatory tariffs will remain in effect. He said he doesn't believe Trump will change direction until the pain felt by Americans due to the tariffs will be too hard to ignore. Now, President Trump is levying taxes on a number of islands with little to no exports. His new announcement is hitting almost all foreign countries, again, with that baseline 10% tariff. And that includes the Heard Island and the McDonald Islands, which are in the southern Indian Ocean, southwest of Australia. The islands feature 2 active volcanoes and are only accessible via a boat ride from Australia. Apparently, they feature a lot of penguins.
It's inundated with penguins.
Australia's prime minister told reporters that Trump's tariffs were unwarranted and said, quote, nowhere on earth is safe, end quote. All right, more Americans are now worried about financial issues. A new Gallup poll showed that the majority of Americans have a, quote, great deal, end quote, of worry about money. That includes 6 in 10 who worry about the economy and similar numbers who are concerned about health care affordability, inflation, and federal spending. About half say they worry about homelessness and hunger, and 48% said they're concerned about wealth and income distribution in the nation. All right, closer to home, there's at least one prominent Florida Republican who won't miss Randy Fine in the state legislature. Governor DeSantis is blasting the former state senator who was sworn in yesterday.
Did you hear what he called him yesterday?
As congressman for Florida's 6th district.
He repels people. He's repelled people in the legislature. He's repelled. They wanted to get him out of the legislature, so they asked me to put him up for Florida Atlantic president, and I did, and the whole board would have resigned rather than make him president.
DeSantis was in Marion County yesterday explaining why he believes Fine won the very politically red district by less than half the margin of other Republicans.
He called him a squish.
I was
he called him, DeSantis called Randy Fine a squish.
He is taking shots.
He is, man.
He hates that guy, dude.
Yeah, but, fully supported, endorsed him because what? The Republican's better than the Democrat regardless?
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
So
this is how we get into the mess we're in.
District 1's Jimmy Petronas was also sworn in yesterday. All right, this is not something I expected to hear, but lawmakers are considering making a change to Florida's medical marijuana laws.
What?
A bill in a House committee would allow for more conditions to be added to their current list to be eligible for the drug. Is this their way of just getting around not having to make it recreational?
Yeah.
It would also allow physicians to issue a greater amount of medical marijuana. Additionally, the amount of time required between doctors' visits would be increased. So I guess instead of every 7 months, it might make you wait a year or something.
Yeah. And but I've heard people talk about that Teladoc thing where you get approved for the card, and it's basically like, I don't like my nail color. I'm very sad. My glasses are scratched, so I'm going to need some. And they're like, okay, no problem, we get it. You must be sad.
Is it really the state's way to say we don't want to give up the licensing fee?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, probably. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, hate this story. A Walton County deputy, this is up in the Panhandle, has died after an on-duty shooting. It happened yesterday at a Dollar General. The sheriff's office says Deputy William May was escorting a man out of a store when the man shot him. It was a trespassing call. Deputies say May was able to return fire and hit the shooter. The shooter died at the scene. May was taken to the hospital where he unfortunately passed away.
Oh, God, man.
Sheriff Mike Atkinson says May was wearing his bulletproof vest, but the shot that killed him went under his vest.
Yeah.
The 38-year-old May leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Meanwhile, the Florida Senate was able to pass a bill that caused some tension earlier this week. The Rayner Act increases the penalty for manslaughter of a police officer to mandatory life in prison. Senator Darrell Roussan thanked the bill's sponsor for amending the original bill to define in good faith.
We didn't want it to appear that we were condoning wrongful conduct on the part of an officer. So by including good faith and the definition for it, we set a standard, and that's important.
The Rayner Act, named after a Daytona Beach officer shot in the line of duty, enacts harsher penalties for someone who resists arrest, even if they believe the law enforcement officer's actions are illegal. The law would also increase the penalty for manslaughter of a police officer to mandatory life in prison, like I just said.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
In other law enforcement news, Governor Ron DeSantis is proposing a 25% pay raise for veteran Florida law enforcement officers, including Florida Highway Patrol troopers. Attorney Paul Novak is a member of the Florida Highway Patrol Advisory Council. He says, how many registered motor vehicles are there in the Sunshine State?
See, 20 million people having the drive 10, seeing families. I'll go 9 million.
10 million.
Points Jimmy. That's for the buzzer, Jack.
Screw you, Jack.
No, actually, it's more than 7 million registered motor vehicles. That's registered.
Oh, see, come on. We need to do over.
Now, how many troopers do you think, how many troopers in the state of Florida have to keep an eye on those 7 million registered motor vehicles?
I don't know. I know half of them are in Putnam County.
Waiting for you?
Yeah, Putnam County has a unique thing. They're the seat there, so they get the city, the county, and they have a Florida Highway Patrol officers. There are more cops in Putnam County than you could ever imagine in your life. I'll go, God almighty, 1 million.
Wait. What? No, how many troopers, right?
Exactly. How many troopers? Jimmy says there are 1 million troopers that are helping to keep an eye on 7 million.
I'll say 7,000.
Yeah.
How about let's talk about 1,800 troopers? Okay. And this attorney says, here's why that's a problem.
If the legislature would just look at the data, they would see that Florida is the second most costly state to live in the country, but we're paying our state troopers 47th out of 50 states.
Novak says DeSantis's proposal needs to become a legislative priority, but so far there is no bill, and the regular session adjourns on May 2nd. He also said this is something that troopers have been promised in the past, but it still hasn't come to fruition. And when you think about what a Florida Highway Patrol trooper does all day.
Oh, yeah.
Just respond to accidents. They see the worst accidents on our roads each and every day.
That's stress, man.
That is stress. And there's 1,800. That's it, to go over all 67 counties, 1,800 troopers.
Let me say something about that real quick. I can't believe I said 1 million. I feel pretty dumb. This is why we crashed and burned yesterday in trivia. Back to you.
It's like 5% of the population are state troopers.
Exactly. I mean,
it feels
helpful.
that way.
It would be nice, right?
It feels that way.
All right, if Colorado State University experts are right, we need to prepare for what could be another above normal Atlantic hurricane season.
A total of 17 named storms. Of those 17, 9 becoming hurricanes. Of those 9, 4 becoming major Category 3, 4, 5 hurricanes.
Now, the average is 14, right? Named storms, 7 hurricanes, 3 major. Last year, there were 18 named storms. So even though they're saying it's above average, they're saying it's not going to be as bad as it was last year. And last year was bad. 11 of those were hurricanes with 5 major storms. Hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton all made Florida landfalls. Dr. Phil Klotzbach believes this year might be less active than last year because while warmer than normal, the good news is the tropical Atlantic isn't as warm as it was at this time last year. But we won't likely see El Nino conditions, which lead to fewer hurricanes.
Right.
So the good news is not quite as hot.
Right.
We might see more wind shear this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no hurricanes will ever carry the names Beryl, Helene, and Milton ever again.
Wow, really?
The World Meteorological Organization this week retired the names, replacing them instead with Brianna, Holly, and Miguel. Holly is too nice of a name to have a hurricane, isn't it? Hurricane Holly.
So it's just two stripper names and some dude? And it's two stripper names and their driver?
What was the other name besides Holly?
Brianna.
Phoenix?
Brianna, Holly, and Miguel, their driver.
Sapphire.
For those who forgot, Diamond.
Get your dollar bills ready, guys.
It's Holly, Brianna, and their pimp.
Right. Well, Hurricane Beryl struck in June as the earliest Category 5 hurricane on record. That storm killed 68 people. Then in August, we had Hurricane Helene, which first slammed us here in Florida, then went on to the Carolinas, leaving 249 people dead. Days later, Hurricane Milton hit Florida, causing massive damage that people are still cleaning up. Together, the three storms killed over 300 people and caused how much money in damage? Three storms.
Three storms?
Three storms. How much money in damage?
$30 billion.
Jack?
It's got to be more than that, Jack.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
How much?
Say a number, Jack.
35.
You got shawed. But that's cute, you guys. $119 billion. Three hurricanes.
Yeah.
I should get it down right.
And something... Well, she's out of town. Something we talked about at the top of the show, visible and invisible damage remains from a tornado that hit Seminole County. An EF2 tornado touched down in Longwood last month. Some homes in the Whispering Winds subdivision still have tarps on them. Homeowners there.
The irony of where that hit. They were not whispering.
They were not.
Those winds are yelling.
Yeah, and they're waiting for their insurance companies to process their claims. You know, that really short process just takes a matter of hours.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's not 90 degrees.
Yeah, in the meantime, some residents are also dealing with the trauma the tornado caused. One woman says she doesn't want to stay in her home anymore when it rains or when the wind blows. And she also tells Fox 35 that her kids are still scared when they hear any kind of sound or noise.
Wow.
That's the after effect, right?
Yeah, my kids were a little afraid when that one hit came through, and in 2004, it wasn't obviously it wasn't a tornado, it was the hurricane,
right?
But it blew down a couple trees on our property and scared the complete hell out of them.
I mean,
they were very young. We were all camping out in the living room, trying to be as safe as possible,
right?
And we heard a roar and opened our front door, and there was a tree in our front door, just because it had fallen and was basically coming in the house.
Yeah, I remember
babies.
The 2004 watching one green transformer, that sound when they blew up one right after another.
We were sitting on our back porch. It was like fireworks.
Yeah.
And until that one breeze hit, and it whipped through our pool screen and made the most insidious hiss,
it's the
evil
worst sound.
Hiss.
Yeah,
it's the craziest thing. And then we just started watching. Those things are just popping everywhere. And when that hiss came through, we're like, okay, party over.
And I remember someone saying that the biggest thing from a hurricane that will bother you is the noise. It's the noise of the wind. It's the sound of your roof being lifted and then settling back down.
When we're in the building broadcasting for them, I don't know about you guys, but one of the
metal flaps.
One of the nerviest things here is downstairs. Our atrium has these metal flaps that allow air to come in and out. Those things start going crazy.
You can't talk.
And we have big pane glass windows, and those things will move in and out an inch and a half or so. And watching them kind of flex back and forth is kind of trippy as well.
It looks like they're breathing.
It does.
All right, I don't know why they're asking for public comment, but plans are in the works for a bear hunt. I guess they're just acting like they care what we think. But the Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission revealed its plans yesterday in a video conference. The hunt would take place in December from the 6th through the 28th, because nothing says Christmas. The number of bears killed could not exceed 187. Remember, the last time they had a bear hunt in 2015, 300 bears were killed in just 2 days. The FWC is still pretending to collect public feedback, and a final vote won't come until August. Another video conference is planned for today, also on Saturday. You can get more info at myfwc.com. The FWC says bear hunts are an important tool for population management. Again, the last bear hunt took place a decade ago.
Yeah.
And other animal news, a popular attraction for kids back open in Osceola County. You may remember the name of the Green Meadows Petting Farm.
Oh, yeah.
In Kissimmee. It reopened Tuesday. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held at Lancaster Ranch Park on Jack Calhoun Drive. The petting farm opened in... What year did the Green Meadows Petting Farm in Kissimmee open its doors?
I think it's
1792.
I think it's pretty old. I'll go like 1973.
Who's closer?
Points, Jimmy. 1988.
Okay.
Damn it.
But it had been closed for 7 years.
What happened?
No idea, but it's reopening
There you go.
and it's bringing back memories.
Nice.
A Kissimmee Parks and Rec official tells Wesh 2 it's fun to remember the times when he brought his daughter to the farm years ago.
Right.
And then finally, the first trailer is being released for the Naked Gun reboot. Liam Neeson stars as Frank Drebin Jr.,
Liam Neeson?
the son of Liz.
I could see him in this role.
The guy with the particular set of skills?
Yes. he fits this more than an action hero.
Yeah, but his set of skills don't include comedy. He's never done a comedy.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I do know what.
Everyone who's done comedy for the first time prior to that had never done a comedy.
Yeah,
Let's go.
He's going to be playing the part of Leslie Nielsen's son, his character from the original films. The rest of the cast includes Pamela,
O.J. Simpson.
Pamela Anderson, Paul Walter Hauser, Danny Houston, Liza Koshy, and WWE star Cody Rhodes.
Really?
The Naked Gun hits theaters on August 1st.
I recognize two of those.
Yeah.
And one of them was Pamela Anderson.
Is she playing the Presley wife role?
Not
Like
sure.
a daughter of that kind of thing or whatever? What was her name? Lisa.
I don't. Is he going to be Frank Drebin or
Priscilla.
I don't? You know.
Well, Liam Neeson is going to be Frank Drebin Jr.'s son.
Junior.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is. All right.
So that's why I thought that
Then
Pam
everyone
Anderson,
else
I
could
thought
be
Pam
new.
Anderson would be maybe the daughter of
Yeah, she'll be someone.
yeah Priscilla Presley or whatever.
Nice
Either
beaver.
way,
I just had it stuffed.
that concludes your JCS news.
This guy's driving me crazy today. He gets one
date
pair of
night.
cargo pants, all of a sudden he can't shut up. All right, 407.
That was a very bad diddling, by the way.
916-1041. You can always text us at 7703. A special episode because Jack is out tomorrow of Sink or Sail is next.
Oh, yay.
Get ready to text your vote for Sink or Sail. Coming up next on The Jim Colbert Show.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday evening forecast. Partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, and mild temperatures on tap through the overnight tonight. Temperatures only sinking into the upper 60s and low 70s tonight, which means it's going to be a mild start to your Friday. Keeping those partly cloudy skies on tap, temperature is going to be throughout the upper 80s and low 90s once again, with that light breeze picking up throughout the afternoon. From the Fox 35 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
This Easter, join Chef Tellaluna and the rest of the team over at the Rosen Center for a brunch buffet featuring dozens of freshly prepared dishes that are absolutely sure to satisfy. These guys are geniuses. Do not miss out on classics like roast pork loin, sweets like white chocolate almond croissants. Make your reservations today. This is a big deal. The Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners are absolutely unreal, and they do the same exact job for Easter. So celebrate Easter Sunday at Rosen Center's Brunch Buffet with Chef Tellaluna and indulge in more than 60 delectable dishes that are absolutely guaranteed to impress every single member of the family. Crab claws, chocolate ganache cake, and so much more. Make your reservations today. It's easy. Just go to rosencenter.com/Easter. That's rosencenter.com/Easter.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware is here to help with 11 locations with STIHL outdoor power equipment. At Tools Ace Hardware, we service what we sell, which means you can bring in your STIHL equipment to our stores for any repairs or warranty issues. Tools Ace is open 7 days a week with 1 to 2 day turnaround times on repairs and better pricing on labor than our competitors. Stop by for a tune-up on your equipment or take advantage of spring savings on lawnmowers, grass trimmers, edgers, and more. Shop for outdoor power equipment in-store or online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Trust Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch. It's time for Sink or Sail. If you think this song is yacht rock, text SAIL to 77031. If not, text SINK.
This Sunday, Captain Zog Radio, it was by request, very first time I played this band. Is it yacht rock? This is for you to text in and vote. It's Genesis.
Stay with me, my love. I hope you'll always be right here by my side.
God.
If ever I need.
How much leftover Peter Gabriel vibe can you have in a band?
So what's interesting is late 60s, Peter, they're more prog rock, right? Progressive rock. And their first album, my wife looked up at the time, we talked about this on Captain Zog Radio, less than 600 units sold on their original album.
Wow. Yes.
And for 10 years. After Peter Gabriel left the band, Phil Collins takes over as lead singer. This is 1978. This is their first top 10 hit in England, first top 40 hit here in the U.S., and that was more than 10 years into the life of Genesis.
Oh, yeah. But listen to the processing of his voice is exactly how Peter Gabriel processes his voice.
Well, yeah, they had 10 years of experience to lean back on, right?
Yeah.
But is it yacht rock?
I don't know, man. You do a good job with these because this one is, I can see this falling over on both sides of the fence easily.
Yeah, credit to the listeners because they suggest them. Then I just kind of say, oh, if it's questionable, like I question it because immediately I didn't think Genesis. No, that's not yacht rock. But then you play the song and you're like, huh.
There's something almost a little too electronic about it, and I don't know how to explain that because it's not electronic music. But that thing that's happening in the background for some reason doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. What do you? I know you like the song, Deb.
I'm going Sail.
Yeah. Ronnie suggested this. Thanks to Ronnie. We played it on Captain's Log Radio.
Seems like
and
a
on
great
Sunday,
guy.
it was an easy vote. It was an easy vote for Sail.
Was it really?
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Turn it up a little bit. If you listen to your right headphone, you can hear that weird thing happening in the background. Hear it? I don't know. That's weird to me. God, I mean, to be honest with you, I would flip a coin on this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to make the decision on my own because I think it's a good tune. The question is, does it fit that genre? And I would let the coin decide, much like in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot closer here.
Yeah.
But Sail is just edging out.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Good tune, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I would probably Sail it, Jack, just to change up the mix, you know? Because you're going to get hit with a lot of that stereotypical yacht rock stuff, and this would be something like a palate cleanser, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I could see this sitting on the bow of the boat singing Wind in My Hair.
Yeah. I was never a giant Genesis fan, though, but I mean, you know,
They had some hits.
Yeah, you can't ignore his talent, though. Phil Collins is one of the most talented dudes in all of rock and roll. He guy's crazy, crazy talented. Good actor, too, by the way.
Sink or Sail, even a day early, is still brought to you by Core Flooring Center. Big fan of Core Flooring Center. Had a couple floors done by them. And Corey, he's the owner. And he's such a great guy. Also, a portion of every sale he donates to Save a Pet Rescue. So he does good, and he does right by Real Radio listeners. He will give you $50 off if you mention Jack. When you go there and talk to him, he'll give you $50 off your sale. But also, if you have a price, you got quoted at a price at another place, bring it to Corey. He's going to beat it. And the explanation. Wait, let me get that.
Come on.
There you go.
There we go.
The installation, top notch. Absolutely love the job they did. Had 2 rooms done. Would definitely use them again. CoreFlooringFL.com. It's the Core Flooring Center. CoreFlooringFL.com. Thanks, Corey.
And didn't you say, Jack, that you had like some rounded corners?
I do. I have 2 corners where the wall that is actually it's rounded, and I put up the floorboard before that, and I just brought him to a 90-degree corner and filled in that little corner with caulk, you know. But the Ryan, who was the installer, he beveled the floorboard around the curve.
Nice.
I see that every day, and I just go,
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great choice. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that very much. That's Core Flooring. 407-916-1041. You can always text our show at 77031. You guys see what's coming back to Icon Park? It has nothing to do with Icon Park. This was something that happened back when we were younger, guys. It was a marketing campaign for a beverage company.
Knee highs.
Beverage company.
Yeah, for a beverage company. It was
the Pepsi Challenge.
That's it.
Really?
Buddy. Yeah, the Pepsi Challenge is coming back.
You are such a Pepsi lover.
head.
Yeah, I am a Pepsi head. Pepsi is celebrating its 50th anniversary by bringing back the classic Pepsi Challenge with tour stops all over the country. Now, it's so funny because when I heard this today, or when I read this today, I thought it was the Coke Challenge back in the day, but it was the Pepsi Challenge.
Always, because they were always runner-up competing with Coke. They were always
the
chasing,
bridesmaid.
They were always chasing Coke, so they did that whole campaign.
I could do it 1,000 times and never miss it. there would never be a chance that you could ever sneak Coke into a Coke and Pepsi challenge. I would recognize it immediately. I could actually only drink one and tell you. I wouldn't even have to drink both of them.
Yeah, because Pepsi's too sweet.
Well, it's not. The Coke has a real Coca-Cola, like a cola flavor. The cola nut is what gives it its flavor, that stereotypical cola flavor. Pepsi doesn't have as much as Coke does. So you can tell it has a smokier flavor to it immediately. And Pepsi is a little bit sweeter. But
You
Coke,
are a foodie. You're the only one who I've ever described Coke with a smoky flavor, leathery with some spice.
It's not smoky in the sense of actual smoke, but it does have a little bit more of a thing there that's part of the cola nut that you can taste immediately. Now, what they're doing is they're saying it's the Pepsi Zero Sugar up against Coke Zero Sugar.
Ugh.
In other words, diet, but they don't want to say the word diet anymore.
They don't. Nope.
But that's exactly
Zero
what's happening.
sugar
It's
or
the
no sugar,
same exact drink.
Zero taste, zero flavor. You're good with both.
And I don't like artificial sweeteners. I do have a story about sweetening and sweeteners coming up later in the program because they've started doing some studies about refined sugar. And, of course, it powers everything bad in your body. Everybody kind of understands that.
Yeah.
In moderation, not too bad. But they have found a substitute for it that is as common as anything in America, I believe. I think most houses probably have this in their pantries, or at least a derivative. It's not honey. And that's the other one is they mention honey and they mention other sweeteners, but this particular sweetener on top of it, if you use the same amount of, like they did 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons each of each sweetener. And the sweetener I'm mentioning, when they took the 2 tablespoons, there are actually health benefits from this sweetener.
Corn syrup.
But it's going to be weird to have in anything that you eat. It would be odd to have that because it does have a distinct flavor to it. I'll tell you about that a little bit later in the program. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Our friend Danny Meyering is up next with Date Night Done Right. Let's find out what's happening in Orlando. We'll do that right after this.
Westwood One's coverage of March Madness resumes Saturday with a Final Four as Duke faces Houston and Auburn meets Florida. Coverage starts at 4 p.m. right here on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app and is presented by Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law, clausmanlaw.com.
Emergency crews are working on clearing up that accident on I-4 westbound at Sand Lake Road. The right lane's getting affected there. There's still some slowdowns due to that crash on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4 and a serious accident. It's affecting all lanes on Orange Blossom Trail northbound at Cinder Lane Parkway. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways this afternoon, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at FAS Exteriors. These guys are awesome. They installed windows and doors in my homes right here in Orlando, Florida, a couple of my houses, and did an exemplary job. Not only are the windows awesome, their installation team is insane. Their window and door installers made the entire project seamless from measurement all the way up to that final inspection. And that final inspection was commented on by the inspector for Seminole County. He was amazed at how tight the installation was, but that's how they roll. They've been doing it since 2005, and FAS has certainly earned their spot in Orlando as the top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. It's easy. Just simply visit FASWD.com, and as always, trust the leader in windows and doors.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, maybe even your kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Get ready for 3 days of extraordinary store-wide savings at International Diamond Center. Next weekend, April 11th, 12th, and 13th, you get extra savings across the board at IDC. Up to 20% off. Rings, bands, bracelets, earrings. Acclaimed bridal designers will be flying in with all new styles. Get extra savings on thousands of engagement rings and and all GIA certified diamonds. Up to 20% off and up to 3 years zero interest financing. April 11th through 13th only, and only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs Mall at Millennia and Waterford Lakes.
Have you heard about Goldbacks? They're a local gold currency that can be used right here in Florida. Goldbacks are real 24-karat gold that you can hold right in your hand. They look like cash, but they don't inflate like cash. And here's the best part. We're giving them away absolutely free. Residents can claim their free half Goldback by visiting freegoldback.com and getting it shipped right to your home. It's real gold, it's really free, and it's yours. Claim one today at freegoldback.com before they're gone.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Let's face it, you upgrade your phone, you upgrade your car. So why in the world are you still stuck with outdated vision? Glasses and contacts? Man, that's old tech. At the Filatowski Eye Institute, we bring you the ultimate upgraded clearer vision. No lenses required. So ditch the hassle and level up your life. Schedule your free consultation today with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Simply dial pound 250 and say better vision. That's pound 250, keyword better vision.
Sunnyside drains.
Water is backing up from my drains, and there's a nasty smell coming from them.
Ooh, wait, that is bad.
Wait, how are you smelling it too?
You should call someone about that.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Blech.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your drains are backed up, you need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Soul Man here. I'm a Pepsi guy myself. Prefer it way more than Coke because it's sweeter. I like it warm, though, so I can pour it over ice and water it down just a touch. It takes away a little bit of that sweetness to it. But, yeah, you couldn't fool me between Pepsi and Coke either. Coke has got... It's just like a little bit of a spicier flavor to it, unless you're getting it out of the fountain. I mean, you still wouldn't fool me, though. It's sweeter out of the fountain, but Pepsi is by far the sweeter of the two, and it's better.
I agree 100%, Soul Man.
You have a new bestie.
I'm a Pepsi man and have
You
been a
and
Pepsi
Soul
man.
Man sitting in a tree.
I do drink a Coke occasionally just to remind me of how good Pepsi is.
Oh,
like a little bit of a punishment.
Dr. Pepper all day.
Oh,
DP's
that's a
not
good
bad.
time.
DP's
That's a
not
good
bad.
time.
I don't mind Mr. Pibb either.
Ugh.
I mean, it's the same thing. A little sweeter, though. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show.
So funny you drink the sweeter drinks and yet.
Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah, he is.
Let's do date night done right.
Whether you're dating and in love or married and in a fight, keep your romance shining bright. This is date night done right.
Good and loud for our friend Miss Danny Myron. Here, courtesy of Orlando Date Night Guide. How you doing there, young lady?
I am wonderful.
You look great.
Little heat wave going, so I got a little tropical dress on.
I
Why
like that a
not?
lot. I like it. I like how you theme things out. Very good. You can check out Danny on our YouTube feed right now. She sits in and does Date Night Done Right. This is brought to you again by the Orlando Date Night Guide, trying to give you some opportunities and some options for this weekend as you step out with your loved ones, families, just some friends, whatever the case may be. And if you miss any of this, you can listen to it on the on Jim Colbert Live as a podcast, or you can visit the website at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com and check out more stuff as well. What do you have for us this week?
So I want to talk about Monday, actually, real quick. We're going to skip right ahead.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
It kind of stinks that it's on a Monday this year, but 407 Day is on Monday. So that's when we celebrate the local businesses we love here in Orlando because of 407, the area code. So a lot of places are doing discounts and different deals and things like that. And Second Harvest Food Bank is doing 4 times your donation in honor of 407 Day. So that's real cool. We got a full list of those options at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Visit Orlando is kind of one of the main drivers behind that. And they've done like a passport thing where you have to download an app and whatnot. That's cool. I feel like that might be a little complicated.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
tell him,
complicated.
Danny.
Yeah.
So we hooked you up at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com where we are checking people's announcements like every hour.
On what they're
we're adding
offering?
to it.
Yeah.
So check us out over there.
Hey, just
and,
out of curiosity, is it like something like when you go to a store, it's a $4.07 or something like that? Like instead of paying like $9 or $5 or $8, whatever, it's $4.07, or like bars with $4.07 beers or something. Is that what they're doing?
Right. Yeah. So like Bowigan's is doing $4.07. Showcase of Citrus, of all places, is doing a free beer for 407 Days. So there's all kinds of different little.
That's cool.
We just added Ryan's Ocean Room at Easton Market is doing 10% off of all poke, which they are like,
they got
legit.
It, huh? Really?
So to get even, 10% off is a good deal for that place because you're getting high quality stuff.
Now, why does it suck that it's on a Monday? Do they usually do this on a weekend or something?
Well, no, just like last year with it was on Sunday. The way
It's always on
calendar
April
goes.
7th.
Got it. Okay.
So
okay,
that
okay.
changes the day. My birthday.
Yeah, okay, Jack, we know.
And for my birthday, I suggest you
Jack
make
is
it.
Jack is like an 8-year-old with his birthday.
You make a donation to the Second Harvest Food Bank, and where they will quadruple your donation.
Agreed. We just had Greg on last week, and they're hurting. Some of these cuts have really hit them hard. So hopefully we're make some moves for them.
Yep, absolutely. So definitely do that in honor of 407 Day. Maybe take some of the change that you're saving from the deals and put it towards that.
Good idea.
Yeah. I did hear Deb mention Green Meadows Farm during the JCS news, and we are excited about that. We're going to hopefully go visit that park maybe tomorrow and take some good pictures and stuff for our next issue of Orlando Parenting Magazine. So that'll be cool. All right. So happening Friday and Saturday. So tomorrow and Saturday is the music of Fleetwood Mac, the Rockin' at the Roost. So this is kind of a big deal because it's the Orlando Philharmonic doing an outdoor concert in Crane's Roost. And I got to tell you, I love Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, I do too.
I was looking at like the list of the songs they're doing, all the hits. So this is going to be a good one. And since it's outside, you can kind of do like picnic-esque. They have seating on, it's almost like stadium seating they have at Crane's Roost.
Yeah.
You're kind of sitting on concrete and stuff. So bring something for your rear end for
there are also areas where you can just set up your own chair if you'd like as well and check it out there. So you can do that, and it sounds fun. My wife is a massive Fleetwood Mac fan, and I have a daughter that's a massive Fleetwood Mac fan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like I don't want to say a girls band, but it's got a little bit of that feminine energy that we all dig.
And she's a boss, dude. Stevie is a boss.
Yeah, man.
I have been wormholing the video for Tusk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the USC marching band.
Yeah,
Oh man, it's just classic.
At the time, that was actually one of the most expensive video made because of everything incorporated in making that.
It's an incredible video to see and go back in time. But yeah, just love Fleetwood Mac.
Yep. So that's Friday and Saturday. And then happening tomorrow, Friday, if you are like a huge Orlando fan or you want to kind of get to know the city a little bit more, the Orange County Regional History Center is doing Lunch and Learn Orlando Collected. So this is a new exhibit that's coming to the History Center. Orlando is celebrating 150 years. So this exhibit is essentially a collection of all these cool, different Orlando memorabilia, historic things, a couple of modern retro things. And so the curator, Katie Kelly, will be doing a talk to kind of kick that off.
Is this why they pulled the Marita bread sign out for this thing? Have you seen that? Like they pulled that thing back out and put it back together? Is that what this is about or not?
So that's not directly related,
Okay.
but it is good timing. Actually, Brendan O'Connor kind of helped make that happen.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was for primarily for Immerse.
Okay, yeah.
And then the Economic Development Board or whatever they do this whole live arts thing, and they decided to go ahead and keep it going until the end of this month.
Yeah, got
if
it.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah. All right. Sideline Wine and Dine is happening tomorrow, Friday, from 7 to 10 p.m. This is at Camping World Stadium. So you essentially get to drink and eat till your heart's content inside Camping World Stadium. They actually do it out on the field. And tickets are $100, but it is unlimited beer, wine,
knock yourself
bites,
out.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Knock yourself completely out.
Definitely do a ride share for this one and just go to town.
Yeah. You start doing snow angels on the 50. Just get all absolute Pinot out
it
and
could
start
be-
doing face down snow angels on the 50. So your husband has to go, honey, we got to go, honey.
Just
Right.
sling her over the shoulder.
Yeah.
It could be pollen angels and oak bloom
There
angels.
you
with the
go.
way-
There's plenty of pollen to work with.
Yeah.
And you can use the excuse that this supports K through 8 education programs.
See,
So
you're
I'm
supporting
drinking for the
education.
cause. Yes.
You're drinking for the kids.
Right, exactly.
Tell your liver that. And
Right,
you'll-
Just get a T-shirt. I'm drinking for the kids.
Chardonnay.
Hey, it's for education.
That's right, Chardonnay education.
K through 8, you said? K through 8?
Yeah. I
K
think,
through
I don't know why they stopped at 8, but it's
That's
fine.
so all the women out there doing pollen angels can go K through A. With my
I know
Chardonnay.
I know quite a few folks that
Oh,
that would definitely use that
Nobody
excuse.
deserves it more than teachers.
Oh my
I would let
God.
them drink at work. If I was governor, I would have no problem with it. You could drink at work, bring water guns. I don't give a damn.
Let's
Anything
lower
to
the
keep
stress
those
level.
animals in case. Anything to keep those beasts in line.
Maybe could that? Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, don't
definitely
do that.
get-
Don't
yeah.
get yourself on that. Don't do that.
Putting the brakes on that one. All right. Happening on Saturday, totally different level of fun here is the Fort Christmas Bluegrass in the Park. So we are exercising our country roots here in Florida.
Nothing wrong with that.
So Fort Christmas Historical Park, if you haven't been down there,
It's super
actually,
cool.
It is. It's a really, really cool park. It's got lots of space. You've got kind of homestead recreations, a fort, playground. And so this is Saturday, 9:45 to 4 p.m. They're going to do live bluegrass all day. They're encouraging you to bring picnic baskets and such. They're going to have food trucks there. This is a free event. And right down the street at Orlando Wetlands Park, they just opened their new Welcome Center, which
cool.
has like cool exhibits and stuff. It's a good way to get some air conditioning because it get hot out there at the Orlando Wetlands Park, which is free to visit.
Sure, yeah.
It's really cool. So maybe do 2 things there. Go have some bluegrass and then swing by there and go check out the new Welcome
Yeah, I mean,
Center.
once you're out that way, you might as well do it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
because there's pretty much nothing else out there.
Yeah. When you start hearing banjo music, you know you've made the wrong turn.
No, that's only when you hear you've got a pretty mouth.
Okay.
Stick your head out the window, you'll be fine. I think they do the Cracker Fest out there, I think,
Yes,
for Christmas. I've been to that twice. It is a blast, by the way. And they do the recreations, like you're saying. They have the buildings, old schoolhouses, and you could actually kind of time travel back into like the early 1800s, and see exactly how you would have lived as a Floridian back then. How they produce food, how they have blacksmiths that do stuff. It's very cool, man. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if they're going to do demonstrations at this like bluegrass festival, but you still get to see kind of the buildings and things that are there. It's definitely a great place to check out. Happening Saturday, 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. You have to book a seating. This is probably going to get sold out. The Wicked Afternoon Tea at High Tea, which is on Church Street, and they did announce they are closing, so this is their final event. And so tickets are $55. They're going to have wicked music. I can imagine people are going to be singing along. Themed treats, tea, and magical vibes of Shiz University. If you're a Wicked fan, you know what that is. So.
Okay, very good.
I always have to enunciate Shiz University.
You really have to do that here.
Two ways at that.
Yes.
Can't tell you how much we appreciate you putting time into that.
Exactly.
Very important for us. I could think that would be maybe the most annoying room in Orlando at that particular point.
Right, yeah.
The Wicked room. Oh, my God. Them trying to out-Wicked each other.
Oh, my gosh.
With Wicked knowledge. My daughters do it all the time, and I literally want to elbow them both in the face. It is. They are in it.
Yeah.
They are.
Boy.
I think they've seen it like 4 or 5 times.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
joking. No, I'm not joking.
I'm not a huge Wicked fan, but I did watch it and in the theater by myself.
Right.
So that wow, it's just it's an intervention.
Right. Maybe we should just go to break and talk. Maybe we should just go to break and hug and cry.
And then my husband bought it for my birthday, and like literally it arrived in the mail, and I was like, "I love you. Can we watch this?" And he clearly did not want to, but he suffered through it for me.
Very nice of him.
Aww.
Yes,
he had a good
he's
man.
a good man. He is a good man. Happening on Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. is Beer America. This is put on with Orlando Weekly, I believe. So there's 100 American craft beers there at Gaston Edwards Park near at Ivanhoe Village, food trucks, and they're encouraging you to dress patriotic, which is kind of interesting vibes right now, given everything that's going on. So go for it. Celebrate Beer America Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, just like red, white, and blue, right? That's it. Just something red, white, and blue, and that's
we
it.
We can practice for 4th of July.
Sure, yeah.
That's good. Happening on Saturday and Sunday is the Spring Fiesta in the park. This is huge at Lake Eola. They do a fall fiesta and a spring fiesta. So this has crafters and artists, food, family fun. It's free to go. So it's a good excuse to go to Lake Eola Park either Saturday or Sunday for the spring fiesta in the park. And lastly, on Saturday is an evening with fabulous friends at the Manila Museum of American Art. So this is a gala, yes, because tickets start at $250.
Good Lord, good Lord! We have to break up the who farted shirt with a collar. Is this like literally a tux kind of scenario, or is this like a formal kind of gotta wear a suit scenario?
It appears so. Yes.
Really?
Fancy cocktails, dinner. That's all included.
Well,
entertainment, art under the stars.
If anybody needs to hear about this, it's my audience.
Right. Yes.
Nobody.
Well, and I imagine if you're going to this, you already booked this well in advance. I can't imagine any last minute ones, but
the museum is great. I know that.
Is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
And if you want to like crash the party, there is the sculpture garden outside. I don't know if they're going to rope it off, but that's usually free to visit. So maybe, pull up to the parking lot and just kind of imagine that you're going there.
Yeah. How about this? Just dress nice and feel it out and try to sneak in.
Right.
Nothing looks better on your resume than that.
Yeah, exactly. Classy.
Let me put a disclaimer right now. I did not actually say that. Please do not count as, I heard Danny Myring say I could crash it. Why not?
Sorry, I left my Rolex in the Corolla.
The broken down one.
Exactly. The one with the duct tape window. Easy to find.
I can't talk. I mean, my last car was a Kia Soul for the longest time. I made that puppy last 11 years.
When I want to punish people like that, I just make them park my truck. And let me tell you, my truck is awful. It is like a zombie Dollar General in there. It is as bad as it gets. There's stuff everywhere. It's like a hoarder's house. Like there's just where I can sit and that's it.
I mean, I have my son as the excuse. We
Yeah,
basically have a living room of toys and books and wrappers of things that he's eaten.
Very
But,
nice.
Yeah.
If you missed any of this, again, JimColbertLive.com, or you get more of this at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. Some people are calling and saying, hey, where's this, where's that, on the texting service. If you just go back and listen to the podcast, you can get it all again, or again, just go to OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. It's all right there as well. And don't forget Orlando-parenting.com as well for all the things that are parent-friendly and family-friendly as well.
You know, good date nights sometimes lead to making a family.
That's
so
right, for
that's
sure.
why we
All
have
right.
both.
All right. Good and loud for Danny, guys. There you go. Thanks, Danny. Always good seeing you, man.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
Date Night Done Right is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Mortgage brokers are better. Why? They do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It'll still be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but they have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average with a mortgage broker. That mortgage guy, Don, will give you a comparison quote today. Just go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It's peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Traffic starting to slow down on all the major roadways on I-4 over St. John's River Bridge on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. There's congestion at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets State Road 429, and emergency crews are clearing up that accident still on I-4 westbound near Sand Lake Road. Travel with caution on the roadways. They're getting busy. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. The new My Lowe's Pro Rewards program makes it easier than ever for members to save and get more. Join for free today. Lowe's, they help, you save. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms subject to change.
Don't miss this one-of-a-kind concert experience. April 4th and 5th. This is for you, Daddy. At Cranes Roost Park in Alamont Springs, as the Orlando Philharmonic performs Rockin' the Roost, the music of Fleetwood Mac, featuring iconic hits like Landslide, Dream, Don't Stop, and more. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $55. With VIP section and 4-pack ticket packages are available for this amazing concert experience. Presented by Certified Financial Group. Get your tickets today at orlandophil.org. That's orlandophil.org.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage, NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Two bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Get ready for 3 days of extraordinary store-wide savings at International Diamond Center. Next weekend, April 11th, 12th, and 13th, you get extra savings across the board at IDC. Up to 20% off. Rings, bands, bracelets, earrings. Acclaimed bridal designers will be flying in with all new styles. Get extra savings on thousands of engagement rings and all GIA-certified diamonds. Up to 20% off and up to 3 years zero-interest financing. April 11th through 13th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
With spring just around the corner, Invisible Fence brand doesn't want you to be left behind. Give your dog the freedom and confidence they deserve now with an Invisible Fence system. Invisible Fence works in any weather, giving you confidence in your pet's safety at all times. Our pet professionals are experts at customizing solutions to your yard, your needs, and your dog's wants. Let us help you take full advantage of springtime when it's here. Spring into action and visit invisiblefence.com to learn more.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
The Orlando Boat Show is at the Orange County Convention Center April 4th through 6th with 21 of Central Florida's best boat dealers. Fantastic deals on bass boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, wake boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Lots of family fun with Twiggy the water skiing squirrel and the trout fishing pond. The Kids Fishing Clinic with Captain Don Dingman from Hook the Future TV show is back. Enter the Crack the Code contest to win a 2025 Yamaha SX190. Over 35 booth exhibitors showcasing a variety of products. The Spring Boat Super Sale you can't afford to miss. More info at OrlandoBoatShow.com.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
We have mind-blowing magic, raw conversations, and a lot of Hollywood tea. First, we got David Blaine sitting down with Jay Shetty to reveal all the secrets behind his legendary illusions. Then we got Becky G getting real like never before in the In Our Own World podcast. Plus, we got Natasha Rothwell dishing on all things White Lotus on Las Culturistas.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Mr. Colbert, I'm sorry, but I had to make fun of you. Only a white dude would say you could go back to the 1800s and see what you would live like in Florida. Nah, man, not for me, bro. Thanks. Bye.
Also happening tomorrow is Cletus McFarland's Freedom 500 at the Freedom Factory in Bradenton, Florida. It's going to be a bunch of Crown Vics with a bunch of influencers going 100 laps. You got fans doing jumps. You got monster trucks. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, Colbert Show. I was actually reading an article the other day about a survey that has to do with drinking Pepsi and losing your hair. And I thought it was weird, but then I suddenly thought as I was listening to the radio, hey, Jim, do you mind if I pass your number on along to them so they could maybe get your opinion about that?
Oh, this guy thinks he's got jokes. Yeah. This guy thinks he's got jokes.
Not nice, you guys.
I will tell you, though,
I don't understand why people are mean to you.
I don't either, Jack.
I don't
know.
get it.
I'm such a sweet guy. I have no idea why people in their right mind would go out of their way to be so nasty and spiteful toward me. I have
You
no
host
clue.
an entertainment show. you try to make people's day better constantly on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You try and be a contributing member to society.
Uh-huh.
And all you do is take arrows.
I know. It's
day
great.
after day.
The guy may be onto something, though. My dad hasn't lost a hair since like 71.
Doesn't drink Pepsi?
Doesn't drink Pepsi. You know, that's funny. What a crazy question.
All Pepsi drinkers are bald?
No, come on. You said your grandfather had a hair thing.
There's a flicker. My grandfather had he would have.
Oh, he's saying things now.
He would have had
Oh.
the same exact like little Gerber patch hair thing, but my dad's hair. I mean, I'm telling you, he literally. I just busted his balls last time I saw him. I was like, you finally are starting to lose your hair. My old man, he's 83, I think, but I mean, up until his mid 70s, he didn't. He had the thickest. Like
I heard it skips a generation, so he
It may.
wouldn't have gotten the gene you would.
Yeah, I do
from
have
your
it.
grandfather.
And then my mom's but it's on your mom's side, isn't it, or your dad's side? What is that?
I
think for
believe it's
dudes-
from your dad's
Yeah,
side.
is it really? Oh well. 'Cause
Male
my-
pattern baldness.
My mom's dad also had the same kind of that stereotypical male pattern baldness with the little patch thing right there in the front that he would grow long and then comb back for the illusion of hair.
Oh, love that look.
That would be my comedy album, The Illusion of Hair. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Yeah, whatever.
Jack is here as well.
I'm the only one on the camera right now. What's up, everybody?
I am having major computer problems.
That was so nice to destroy our computer system during the break.
What about you, Jim? Your video is gone as well.
I shut his PC down as
Yeah.
well. Nothing's labeled in here, so I just started hitting buttons.
Oh, boy. It's like somebody launched an EMP in here. Everything is dead.
Everything. I cannot get back in.
Yeah. It's fine. We have Glenn coming in just a few minutes for Colbert Court.
Sure, that's great.
We're going to talk about some stuff happening in the Florida legislature that could affect your insurance coverage or things you certainly need to know about. We talked about it a little bit last week. We will relaunch into that again this week as well. And if you haven't voted on our question of the day, Jack has it up on our Instagram account and in our YouTube feed. If you go to JimColbertLive.com, click right through to our YouTube channel. In the chat there, you'll see the question. It's basically, how do you like your Mexican food? Do you like it in tacos?
Burritos, enchilada, quesadilla.
There you go. And the reason why is today is National Burrito Day, and I am not a gigantic burrito fan. So
You've said that before, and I can't. Well, no, I do understand.
yeah, I just don't want to sit there and hold a Coke can of meat and rice and gnaw on it like a rat. And I'm telling
that just sounds gross.
And let me tell you, I can't even watch people eat them. My son only likes burritos, and he'll sit and eat those burritos. But I can't watch him even eat it because it's so gross.
It's not that bad.
It's gross. I'm telling you, it's gross.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
We kind of got that vibe.
It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. Maybe that's why
I think
people
we
don't
know.
like me.
I think we know why. It's just what Jack said before. It's that Palatka coming out in you. The whole phallic thing, watching him go in at the top.
Maybe that's stop. Don't say that.
What?
Because you're drawing a picture for me that I don't care for. That's why. Don't do that. I don't want to start some dude hogging. I don't want. I'm not down for that. I don't want to picture getting hogged. Yeah, we got to do this during the break.
Oh man.
Yeah, mine is now in Japanese. And I just have a flame emoji on my screen now.
I am back up.
All right, 407-916-1041. You know,
Sucks to be you.
always text us at 770-301.
I hate computer problems.
Yeah, and we have them perpetually. Jack's computer breaks down about let's say, the beginning of the show every day.
And you can see the frustration. Arms go up. It's like, I didn't hit anything. I didn't do anything.
But
Why isn't anything working?
I get the feeling he's guilty like 70% of the time, though.
Oh, really?
That's what I think. I look over and he has that look about him where he looks guilty. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He's got his cargo pants on today. He's feeling sassy.
He
I love
is.
it.
He's
Yeah.
feeling very 17-ish.
The thing is, Jack will always have one thing up on me. He's got that beautiful hair, and
Yeah.
I'll never have the hair.
No.
No, I never will. What are you doing for your birthday again, dude?
Working.
Are you? But I mean, what are you doing tomorrow?
Remember,
Taking the day off.
Okay,
we
very
don't
good.
ask.
Oh, that's right. I thought you had already said though. That's the reason I asked. I couldn't remember. That's what it was. Baseball, probably.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I love your memory.
It's bad.
I know.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. You know what the thing is about having a bad memory too? People think you don't care about them. That's the worst thing, because I know that Jack doesn't think I care about him because I can never remember anything. Like his birthday, I think it's Monday.
It is. Congratulations. You know it.
April 7th, December 4th,
Yeah.
July 21st.
I get that a lot, though, because I do forget stuff often. And, man, people think that you just don't care about them when you forget stuff about them. You know, like their name.
That I am very bad about.
Really?
I am really bad with people's names. I will never forget a face, but
Yeah, yeah.
I am, you know what it is? I will know their name, but then I'll second guess myself in my
Right.
head, and then whatever I thought I knew will just completely.
Right.
I just won't trust that I remembered.
Do you have like a little trick you use to be able to ask somebody their name if you've forgotten it? I did this last night, but I did it just a more blunt way. The Baby in the Bar team,
right?
Like we've talked to them every week for 8 weeks at length, having a great time. I'm in line getting a beer last night, and the dude, the father of the baby, walks up behind me. We started having a conversation, and I went, "Oh, dude, what's your name again?" Like 8 weeks. I didn't even know his name. No idea who it was. Would not. He could have written down 5 names. No chance of me getting it right.
And you feel terrible.
I kinda. I remember his baby's name, which is weird.
What do you mean, kinda?
I mean, the thing is, I don't know that he ever told me. I don't think he ever told me.
Okay.
And it just was kind of uncomfortable because he knew my name, which was uncomfortable.
Jack, can you corroborate that the man had never told Jimmy his name in the 8 weeks?
I don't know any of their names.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's a noob.
The first time I talked to them was last night.
Yeah. Yeah. I know like I said, I know the baby's name, but I do not his name.
Wonderful people, but
Yeah.
I never, engage them in conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
I keep it to myself.
You don't keep to yourself.
I do.
Jack, let me tell you what Jack does. I would tell you what I found out about Jack.
What?
Jack. I got a question for you guys real quick. Jack loves popcorn. Jack loves popcorn.
That's
Jack,
not the question,
You
Deb.
are the strangest.
Jack asked them to pop fresh popcorn for him, and I'm telling you, he sat there and waited like a child with his open bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was at the bottom of the barrel. I said, make more. Yeah, they make more.
Right.
It's the only food they have there, Deb.
Here's a question from last night that we were kind of contemplating,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
Do you know which one I'm talking about, Jack?
Yeah, I do.
Is Cracker Jacks a candy? Is Cracker Jacks a candy? Because one of the questions asked about a specific, like a candy product, and it was, what was the question, Jack?
It was what candy was the 100th
Oh yeah, baseball.
home run, something. It was commemorating something in baseball, and there was a candy that was associated with it and sponsored it. And the question was, what candy?
It was
and
the
when you
100
think of baseball,
Bazooka.
It was the 100th anniversary of baseball is what it was.
Yeah. And so what candy? And so, but when you think of baseball, it's the song.
Cracker Jack,
Yeah, the Cracker Jacks,
and
right?
Cracker Jacks.
And
I
so
don't
Jack
care.
said that, and
If we ever go back where it's root for the Cubbies.
it froze me solid in my tracks because I could not figure out. I'm like, that's not a candy.
It's not, but it is a sweet snack.
It's a snack, but it's not
Yeah.
a candy.
Yeah.
So Jack and I were like, okay, it's got to be Baby Ruth. It's got to be the Baby Ruth bar, right? I mean, what name is more synonymous with baseball than Baby Ruth? And they have a candy as a Baby Ruth bar. Tootsie Roll.
Oh,
It was a Tootsie Roll.
how?
Yeah, I don't know. Just because it's a Tootsie Roll. That's the one they want. I guess maybe it was. I think, and they didn't even do it. I don't believe. I think they pitched it or whatever, but I don't know if they did it.
That is weird.
Yeah, it was the Tootsie Roll. And again, I haven't. When's the last time you had one?
Oh, let's see. The last time I had a sweet tooth and there wasn't much in the bottom of our cabinet, but someone had sent us some Tootsie Rolls. I found one in the bottom of
I was
our
gonna say
cabinet.
because the
It's been a while.
shelf life of those things is like it's
Forever.
Like, oh yeah, it's got the half life of nuclear. Like
I love
plutonium.
them.
I do too.
I love them.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good. I'll take a Tootsie Roll over a circus peanut.
Oh, 100%.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Circus peanut.
Such a visceral reaction.
Ugh, God, those things are awful.
I'd take packing styrofoam over circus. peanuts.
Okay, hold on then. Let's
It is packing styrofoam with
right.
a little bit of food coloring.
Tootsie Roll or Peep?
Oh, Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Really?
Peep are gross.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll or Tootsie Pop.
Ooh, Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pop's a good time.
Because you get the Tootsie Roll inside the Tootsie Pop. So you get two treats
Yeah.
for the price of one.
Tootsie Roll or Charleston Chew?
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll or Taffy?
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Oh, God. Tootsie Roll or Jolly Rancher?
Jolly Rancher. All day.
Watermelon?
Tootsie Roll.
Watermelon.
Watermelon Jolly
Apple.
Ranchers are
That was elementary school right there.
yeah,
Watermelon,
Watermelon Jolly Ranchers
then
are
you-
life.
But then you adult your Jolly Rancher. Remember, like,
Yeah, poured in vodka.
where they had all those, like, Jolly Rancher apple martinis,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
would have a green Jolly Rancher
Oh, yeah.
floating in the drink.
We started doing that a while
You
ago.
would just chase that Jolly Rancher around your glass with your tongue. Just trying
Next
to,
thing you know, Snow Angels 50-yard line. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Colbert Court next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is The News Junkie.
Is the 250 because isn't next year the the 250th year? The buy and a half centennial? I think there's actually a word for it. Like there's like a word that means buy and a half. All right, let's find that. College.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. Mild temperatures and partly cloudy skies through the overnight, which means for your Friday morning, you will be headed out the door with those warm and humid conditions. Seeing those temperatures to start off Friday throughout the low 70s, quickly warming up into the upper 80s and low 90s once again to wrap up the work week. Looking ahead into the weekend, still going to be hot and humid with highs in the low 90s. Have a great night.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
We all love living in the Sunshine State, but that intense sunshine can do a number on your old windows and doors. Replace them with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex material doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors are going to last a lot longer without the need for frequent replacements. JK says, love Renewal by Andersen, always professional, deliver as promised, and have such beautiful products. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 1 month only sale, $300 off all windows, $825 off patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus offer, first 50 callers get a free True Scene Screen upgrade. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. See the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
This is anybody here getting a wedding invitation in the mail. Ready? When? What weekend have you stolen from me?
Dane Cook, live. Hard Rock Live, Orlando. Friday, October 17th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
For just a moment, imagine life without joint pain. Erase the constant ache in your knees, hips, or shoulders. Imagine moving with ease, unafraid of that next jolt of pain. At QC Kinetics, we believe your health is your greatest investment, and we're here to help you regain it. Our advanced regenerative therapies revitalize damaged joint tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's not just about relieving pain. It's about restoring your freedom and confidence. Imagine golfing, hiking, or just walking without hesitation. Imagine waking up every morning without pain holding you back. With QC Kinetics, you can turn those dreams into reality by investing in something priceless, your health. Find out if you're a viable candidate by requesting a free consultation today. Call 689-283-9776. What's your health worth to you? If it's worth a free call and consultation, here's the number: 689-283-9776. 689-283-9776.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place. The free iHeartRadio app.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Don't miss an evening with Lee Asher, animal rescue advocate and founder of the Asher House. Lee will share stories, talk about his journey to save animals, and his true purpose to inspire people. Lee will be live on stage at the Hard Rock Live Orlando Wednesday, October 15th. Tickets on sale Friday, April 4th at Ticketmaster and the Hard Rock Live box office. Lee Asher, founder of the Asher House, live on stage October 15th at Hard Rock Live Orlando.
Life is full of uncertainties, but finding the right lawyer shouldn't be one of them. At TK Law, we believe divorce doesn't have to tear your family apart. Our collaboratively trained attorneys work to help guide you through the process with solutions that protect what matters most: your family, your future, and your peace of mind. With the right guidance, you can move forward with confidence. Find a lawyer that truly cares. Visit onefirmforlife.com to learn more about your options today. TK Law, one firm for life.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Big Chew is the iconic baseball candy.
Hello, everybody. Quick fact for you. A friend of mine's Oregon. He's a legal grower. They take a big old bag of Tootsie Rolls, unwrap all the Tootsie out of it, and then they put butter in with everything. They knead and they roll them back up into Tootsie Roll wrappers. And they are serious. You eat a third of one of these Tootsie Rolls, they'll put you down. Later.
I don't believe you. I really don't.
Jim, don't let those guys get you down, man. I love your bald head.
Talk to me, buddy.
I do too. I've seen pictures with you with hair.
Talk to me. I'm lonely.
Oh, yeah, he looks way better now.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah. Glenn, you knew me with hair. You tell me. Do I look better with hair or without hair?
Without.
You shouldn't have taken that long.
I'm trying to remember with.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
Let's do Colbert Court.
Woo. What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
Colbert Court brought to you by our good friend Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Klausman. Glenn is a very special attorney here in Central Florida, specializing in automobile accidents. He has forgotten more about insurance law than most attorneys will ever know, and that's why he gets a lot of calls from our listeners to help him out. Buddy, how you doing?
Doing great.
I saw that you saw Kansas Trucker, our buddy Solomon, today.
I did. I did. Well, it's not today. I saw him a few days ago.
Yeah, you bought him a pizza?
I did, because you talked on the air about how this guy weighs like 300 pounds or something, you said. And
I didn't say he weighed 300 pounds. I just said he's a big dude.
Wow.
Jesus, Glenn, you're killing me.
Yeah.
You are literally killing me.
That's the way he heard it for some reason. And I guess he's lost a lot of weight, because he said he had a bone to pick with you about,
Well, listen, can I tell you, I'm glad he's lost weight, because I have messaged him personally and saying, look, dude, I feel for you a little bit. You're out there in that truck, you're just driving around, eating all that fried chicken and stuff. You better chill out. We need as many listeners as we can get. And
so he was coming in to see me. I didn't know, so I bought him a big pizza. And then he parked this huge rig out in front of the office in Winter Park on a little 2-lane road. So we had to get him in and out pretty quick.
Yeah. He's a good guy, man.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. And you worked a case for them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Very good.
That's why I came in for a settlement.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Picking
up his check?
Yeah.
Gotta like that.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, we do have some legislation coming down the road. You texted today and said, hey, look, we need to probably talk about this. So in regards to what's happening in Tallahassee, how will that affect people who are listening to our program?
Well, there's 3 bills that are up. And one of the reasons I mentioned it was I had several people contact us saying they're getting phone calls asking them to vote no on these bills. And what should they be doing? And that's a very unusual thing. So I checked into what the bill numbers were. And, of course, it looks like something that voters should be voting yes for because it's in their best interest to vote yes, unless, of course, they own an insurance company. Then they would probably vote no. But the 3 bills are, one, it looks like it will pass, hopefully. It addresses what we've been talking about as a free kill bill, where if you're a victim of medical malpractice, and let's say you've got a 26-year-old son who gets killed by medical malpractice, under current law, as the parents, you would have no claim for pain and suffering.
Right.
And if you are an elderly person and you end up dying from medical malpractice, your children, unless you are supporting them at the time, have no claim for medical malpractice. And
we're the only state in America that does this, right?
Only state in America, yeah. So hopefully that's getting corrected. It seems like there's bipartisan support for it, even though the insurance industry and the medical association feels like it'd be a bad thing. However, some doctors even have come up and said, let's get rid of the bad doctors if that's the problem.
Right.
Exactly. There's only a very small percentage of medical malpractice claims, and and they come from a group of doctors that people should be careful about anyway.
And what would you pay for? What would you? I don't get it. What would you punish the victim?
Right.
You're basically punishing the victim and the family's victim, or the victim and the victim's families.
It's been a horrible law for a number of years.
Yeah.
Then the next one is we've talked about this a bunch. In fact, a group of motorcycle enthusiast bikers have been going to Tallahassee and speaking out on this. The 30 seconds that the committees allow them to speak out, and that's requiring mandatory liability insurance for automobiles. So right now in Florida, if you are driving an automobile and you injure someone, automobile, truck, any motor vehicle, and you injure someone, you don't have to have insurance to pay for the damages that you cause. That's the law in Florida right now.
Which is insane.
Which is crazy. We're one of the only states that have the law like this. We're the only state with this system of auto insurance that we have. So the law is that the bill that's in the legislature, that's going to pass the House probably, and then the question is it going to come out of the Senate, and is it going to, come into law, and then will the governor veto it like he's vetoed it before?
Now, did he veto it before because there was something else added to that bill, Glenn? Because this happens a lot with politics when people are like, well, this guy did this and this guy did this, but that bill could also have much other fat kind of rolled up into it. Is that what happened or not?
Not really. I mean, it's the insurance industry. He was running for president at the time. The insurance industry was obviously giving him more donations than everyday folks were that would be tuned into this issue. So, I think that has something to do with it. I mean, he claimed that it did not go far enough to deal with bad faith litigation, but that's really such a minor issue.
I mean, less than 1%, right? It's really, really small. And didn't they really kind of clamp down on that down in Miami?
Absolutely, they changed the law.
In Miami, that's where it was really happening the most, and they changed the law and clamped down on that quite a bit. So you would think that if that's not the case anymore, that this could make it pass his desk.
Yeah, bad faith law was you let's say you have $50,000 worth of insurance coverage to pay for someone else's injuries, and you hurt them terribly, and they have a claim worth way much more than that. And you give the insurance company all the information as to how bad the injuries are, how bad the damages are, what the losses are, how it's going to affect someone forever. And they say, well, we got $50,000, but we're only going to offer you $40,000. And you gave them a deadline to say, you pay the $50,000 within a certain 30. You pay it in 30 days, and they don't pay it. And then you do what's called a civil remedy notice. You go a second step, a second hoop. You file something with the state saying, they've got 60 days to pay it, and if they don't pay it, we're going to go after them for more than that. And then the 60 days go by, they don't pay it. And so you end up going to court, and let's say the jury decides your case is worth $300,000, and the person only has $50,000 of insurance, and that person says, holy smokes, you got a judgment against me now for $300,000. Why didn't my insurance company pay the $50,000 when they had the chance? It's their fault, not my fault. I should know the $300,000. My insurance company should.
Sure.
And that's what bad faith law was about, and they've changed that to some degree. requiring a lot more hoops for someone to be able to get a bad faith claim.
Yeah, because the insurance company has the ability to settle the claim, and if they choose to fight it in court and they lose, people don't realize that you could actually owe the difference of what your insurance covers there, and it wouldn't be your fault at all.
Right.
The insurance company would have taken it upon themselves to try to negotiate this or try to litigate this, and maybe had no case at all. So rather than taking that money up front, they try to litigate, get more, they lose, then the decision comes down, and whatever the difference is, it's on you. Which is crazy.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. And the problem you have as the person who is being sued is that you don't have control. The insurance company has control. They're going to decide. They're hiring the lawyer who's in control, and you can't make them pay more than they want to pay.
So basically what this does is stops the insurance company from forwarding that litigation. They have to, what would happen here?
Well, here's what the existing law, they put some more hoops in there that you have to jump through to get to that point, to give the insurance company much more opportunity to realize that they need to pay it or they can be on the hook for more than the insurance policy limits. And that was taken care of. But, getting back to the law where the bill pending right now is requiring people to have insurance to pay for other people's injuries.
Why does Florida deal with this so much? You would think that other states like maybe California, New York, other Texas, other populous states would also deal with things like this. Is it because of the tourist industry down here, Glenn, or because why does the insurance industry have such a grasp on Florida politics? Why is that?
It's they have so many different lawyers up there. I mean, I've been up there when there's speaking out for consumers and regular folks. There might be 5 or 6 lobbyists for different agencies, and the insurance industry has all these different insurance companies. Those companies get together and they form other companies. So you might have 90 lobbyists on a bill that the insurance company is addressing. So you got 90 of these folks. They're going around talking to legislators.
Which is weird because you don't have the opportunity to do that. No, you have to adhere to the 30-second thing. When you step up to the mic, you get your 30 seconds. Nobody's paying attention. They're just allowing you to talk for the sake of allowing you to talk because they have to do it. But yet the insurance company lobbyists get to meet these dudes in the hallway of Tallahassee and pin them up against a wall and tell them what they are or aren't going to do them for the next session.
Why do you think that is?
They meet privately in their offices. Yeah. And one of the things I've never understood, I watch on TV like committee hearings. Everybody's seen these in Congress. You have a committee hearing. The people are up there that are in the senators or the House of Representatives and are grilling people. And the people are grilling are under oath.
Right.
You're under oath
right.
and you're asked questions. Tallahassee, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
And somebody stands up and they just talk and you don't know if they're lying or not. And if they are lying, you can't do anything about it because they're not under oath.
Which is insane.
Yep.
So let me ask you, in that 30-second interval when people get to get up and speak in front of the legislature, do lobbyists also take that time up, or do they just kind of do it behind the scenes because they don't want it kind of on the record?
Both happen. They do it in front of the committee, and they also can meet with the legislators privately.
Yeah, insane, man.
Yep. And the other bill, let's see. Oh, the other bill's a loser pays bill. Well, we've talked about this before. When I had Jack's case, when the insurance company is cheating him on the value of his car, and we had to sue to get what was fair. Once we got what was fair, they had to pay his attorney's fees because it's their fault that we had to file the lawsuit.
Right.
Why should he have to pay, on top of it? And the law changed a couple years, 2023, saying that attorney fee provision is out. So now there's a new proposal that we don't know if it's going to pass or not, but it's loser pays. And in fact, President Trump at one point said, "Yeah, loser pays is a great thing. He's in favor of it." And this would apply to homeowners cases, hurricane damage cases, mold cases, cases where insurance companies are cheating you on the value of your car. It would apply to those kind of cases where you have to file a lawsuit because they haven't been fair with you. And it shouldn't come out of your pocket when you win.
And this is all based on the fraud thing as well. All of this legislation is based on the idea that there's this massive fraud going on in all forms of insurance, whether it be auto, home, or any other.
Now the defense that they say that why this shouldn't happen is because there's so many frivolous lawsuits. Well, that's nonsense. There aren't frivolous lawsuits because for me to file a lawsuit, it takes $500. You file a fee to the clerk of the court, filing fee. You have to file a fee to get a summons. You have to file a fee to have somebody served with a lawsuit. And then you start working on a case, and you've got hours into it. You've got money into it. You're not going to do it if it's a frivolous lawsuit.
Right, yeah.
And if it turns out that what you've alleged, maybe your clients lied to you about something, and you find out, your client had these injuries even before the accident. When that happens, you get out of that lawsuit.
Right.
You don't stay in there and keep spending more money knowing you're going to lose it.
Right.
I'm not going to spend more money, more time when I know I can't win the case. So, the argument that it's frivolous lawsuits is nonsense.
Yeah. There's just not enough evidence to support that argument.
No. It's just, it's something the insurance industry argues. I mean, the thing is, I've been watching this since like 2007 when I used to go up to Tallahassee and lobby this stuff. Every year the insurance company comes in saying, we need this, we need this, we need this. And every year they get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A couple years ago they got a lot in their favor. And every year they say, if you pass this, rates are going to go down. And every year rates have never gone down.
They're never
gone down. Every year they get something. Every year they say rates are going to go down when they pass it, and the rates never go down because there's always some other excuse why rates haven't gone down.
Sure. How do you stop it?
I don't know. The problem is everyday folks don't have the clout that the insurance industry has with legislators. Part of the problem is you got people in the House that have to run every 2 years. So they have to raise money every 2 years to run every 2 years. Senate every 4 years. So I mean, it's like
Is Florida also special in the sense that they can that legislators or politicians can take endless donations from these companies? If there was a way to pass a regulation where insurance companies can only donate so much per candidate or per party or whatever the case may be, would that at least begin that? I mean, should people start asking people they're voting for if they're going to support this kind of legislation because insurance is crippling families in this state?
There's a loophole for all the contributions. Is called political action committees.
Yeah.
I'm not giving to legislator X. I'm giving to a political action committee.
Right.
So I don't have to have a limit. I can give $1 million to a political action committee if I want to.
Right. So basically what's going to happen is voters are going to have to look at the people who are running for office and ask them bluntly, are you going to kowtow to the insurance companies and take that money and keep screwing Floridians who are getting bent over every single day for homeowners insurance, for auto insurance, for all these insurances? Is this going to happen? And you start sending people up there that'll say no to these people. I know it's going to be difficult because they have tons of money, but that's really the only way you're going to change this.
And everyday folks don't have the ability to really do that. They don't have the ability to confront their legislator and ask how they're going to vote and believe that they're telling the truth even. And, the system is a problem. Well, if you don't like it, don't vote the person in again. I mean, that may be a way to do it. Don't vote the incumbent in again.
Well, Glenn, the real issue is the fact that it isn't an issue. The fact that nobody brings it up. The problem is politicians will put issues out front that they think are important that really have no impact on your daily life, and they're allowed to slide. Somebody needs to just push the issue when it comes to telling these guys or ladies, like, look, man, the insurance companies have destroyed this state when it comes to finances. You can look at the evidence everywhere. What do you plan to do for it? Do you continue to take their money and push for their legislation in Tallahassee or not?
Yeah, you can see how each legislator is vote on bills. That's true. I mean, you can research that and do that. But, everyday folks just, they don't have the desire or wherewithal to do it. And it's the old starfish story that you don't think you're going to have any clout by doing what you do.
Yeah.
I love that starfish story. We've done that before.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, exactly. Well, buddy, always good seeing you, man. This is great information, man. And the cool thing is, I know that you really do care about it, and I know that you've gone up there for years. We used to talk about your trips to Tallahassee all the time and how completely frustrated it would be. You would be coming back. Nothing seems to make sense up there. Obviously, it's all driven by dollars, and maybe these guys will listen to some of this stuff and start asking their politicians some questions in regard to this.
Yeah, this politics is a dirty business.
It is a dirty business.
Dirty business, and
All right, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys give it up good and loud for Glenn Klausman, guys. Hey! Again, that's Colbert Court. That's Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Glenn Klausman. See you, buddy.
Thanks so much.
You got it, Ben.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on the Beach Line westbound past Greenway Main Toll Plaza there. Emergency crews are clearing up that accident on I-4 westbound at Sand Lake Road. Traffic starting to slow down on the major roadways at the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike meets State Road 429. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It's Mulch Week at Lowe's with more SpringFest deals. Get 5 bags of Stay Green Premium Color 2 cubic foot mulch for $10. Lowe's, they help you save. Valid through 4/9, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Guys, make the most of your spring and visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This is the only place in Florida where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, stand nose to nose with the real, actual Space Shuttle Atlantis and more. If you haven't been out, it is an absolute must. And if you have kids that like to kind of get a little rambunctious, even better, because most of this park is hands-on, basically telling you the story of NASA from the beginning until right now. You see all the cool stuff, the stuff you see on television forever, and you're up close. Simply amazing. And I strongly suggest lunch with an astronaut when you go over. Discover the future space travel at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, featuring Spaceport KSC. Plus, you can see launches as well. You can't lose. Learn more and grab your tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hey there, my sink is leaking water. I need help right now.
We're having a company-wide staring contest. Do you want to play?
But what about my sink?
Okay, me versus you.
No.
Ready, go.
No, I'm not playing. And you know what? I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, I almost blinked.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When it comes to plumbing problems, you want a helpful operator to guide you and an honest and reliable plumber to provide customized solutions for your home.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Have you ever wondered if your pet is lying to you?
Why is my cat not here? And I go in and she's eating my lunch.
Or if hypnotism is real?
You will use the suggestion to enhance your control.
Or what's inside a black hole?
Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
Shop International Diamond Center, April 11th through 13th, with up to 20% off rings, bands, earrings, and fashion jewelry. Plus new bridal styles up to 3 years, 0% interest financing. Shop IDC, Altamont Springs, Mall of Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Colbert crew. The Gold Bar UPS theft that you guys mentioned yesterday over on the West Coast actually happened to a driver today.
Did it really?
In the Longwood area.
Whoa.
Same thing. They have fake IDs that
See?
match the addresses. The driver went to the house. They showed, their ID matched everything, and then they hopped in a car and hauled butt. So yeah, they're going all around the state doing it.
I'll be damned.
I'm telling you, it's a new trend.
Hey, Colbert Show. I was actually reading an article the other day about a survey that has to do with drinking Pepsi and losing your hair. And I thought it was weird, but then I suddenly thought as I was listening to the radio, hey, Jim, do you mind if I pass your number on along to them so they can maybe get your opinion about that?
Wait a minute.
Have a good day.
Jack?
Yeah?
That was not deserving of a second play.
Oh, the one about your hair?
Yeah.
You're right. I meant to play this one.
Hey there now. This is Evil Eye, but don't pick on Jimmy.
Yeah.
He didn't lose his hair. Same way I did. He knows where it is still. He just has to unclog the drain to find it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
See ya. Have a great weekend.
You too, buddy. If Oscar the Grouch was a human being. Do you get the feeling he has to poke his head up a trash can to make those calls?
No, he sends me about 6 a day.
Yeah. He's a good dude. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Those are talkbacks. You could also be funny, like our friend Evil Eye. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. And if it's got something to do with my hair, more than likely you're going to get on the air.
Right to the top of the list.
Right,
Even play it twice.
Right to the dome.
Right to the dome.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack is here as well.
What's up?
Hey, you guys want to learn today?
Yeah, what do you got?
A CNN story about a guy who had been deployed twice to Iraq and then fell into some trouble and then learned that the U.S. government was not going to pursue deportation proceedings against him. Then in 2016, something happened, and then it turns out that he was deported, and all that doesn't matter. Here's what I did not know, right? I did not know that in this country that you could serve in our military while not being a citizen of this country. I did not know that, but you can serve in the military while not being a full-blown citizen of this country, and I had no clue that was the case.
I want to say I believe our good friend that we had on our show many times, I believe that was how Alejandro from Rumba had joined the military after he had defected from Cuba, actually came to Florida in a boat.
I think it gives you like not fast pass, for lack of a better term.
Exactly. But
an advantage in gaining your citizenship.
Because you serve the country.
And that's what I learned today. I did not know that was part of a program that if you got to the country here, and I guess you went through the process and agreed to join the military, that you could serve in the military in the U.S., get all of the accoutrement that comes with serving in the military in the U.S., but you do not get citizenship. And like you're saying, Jack, that there is a program where it fast passes you into citizenship. But if you don't get into that program and something happens, you can still be deported after serving in the military for years and being deployed to Iraq and fighting for this country for many times, and you still are not considered a citizen of the U.S. I didn't know that. I learned that today. I had no idea that you could even serve in our military as someone who wasn't a citizen of the country. I did not know that either. I wonder how many people who are listening to us did use that as a way to get into the country and gain their citizenship. And I guess that applies to your entire family, right?
No.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'm immediate family, like wife.
So
kids.
if you're married and you have kids, no, you all get in. I don't think
it doesn't work that way.
I don't believe so.
So the father of that family, assuming that the soldier is male, the father or the male could come here, enter the military, serve multiple contracts in the military. I think the first one's 6 years now, and then I think it's 3 up after that. And you could serve literally 10, 12, 18 years in the military and still your family, like while here, get married, have a family, and then still you and your family could not be here as U.S. citizens?
If your family...
If you met them here,
Yeah,
That's what I was just saying.
Oh no, I thought you meant if they were all immigrants.
Yeah, no. You come here from, let's say you come here from Cuba. We'll use Alejandro you come here from Cuba, right? You get here, you join the military, and you enter this program to get your citizenship through military service. While doing that, let's say you stay in for 10 years. While doing that, you start a family with an American citizen, an American woman. You have kids here in this country, right? When you exit the military and you have your citizenship because you've gone through the program that the U.S. military offers, does your family also now have citizenship because they were married here? The woman would be a U.S. citizen. Her children, I guess, would also be U.S. citizens.
Yes.
He would be the only one that would not be a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
And I think that's exactly what happened to this gentleman, that he did all those things and then wound up, I guess, getting deported.
I mean, the president says come Monday, people with dual citizenships are going to be deported.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that was actual.
Well, I'm going to take him at his word and wait to see what happens on Monday, especially if you have anyone in your family that's here on dual citizenship.
Yeah. It says here, military service is one way that immigrants can be naturalized under the Immigration and Nationality Act. Eligible service members can apply through the standard form with some requirements waived, and many military installations offer a liaison to help with the process. That's according to the U.S. Immigration Services. Applicants still have to meet requirements, such as having good moral character, being a lawful permanent resident at the time of their interview for naturalization. It says, but there is a difference between eligible for the benefit and actually receiving it. And that's where I think this gentleman here fell into. He got out of the military, got himself in a little bit of trouble, hadn't really gone through the whole the process, and I guess they maybe used the moral clause to drop the bomb on him.
That's so rich.
Yeah. It says there's nothing that is signed. It's not
drop a bomb on.
It's not in our military orders. It's not in our contract. There's nothing abiding the military to deliver on that promise, and that's where the challenges begin. Because it says here, as the byline of this story, it says military recruiters will promise that. If you are a gentleman, let's say you're a person here and you're here on a visa or you're here as a family member, whatever the case may be, that if you enter the military, we can fast pass you into naturalization and you can become a U.S. citizen. But it says that in the military contract, that as military recruiters still promise that really it's nowhere in their paperwork at all that that's an actual case at all. And I was told when my daughter was going into the military, I called some friends of mine who were in the military, and one guy was a high-ranking officer in the Air Force and that I was in high school with. And I called him and I talked to him, and even he told me, be careful with the recruiters. You got to be careful with military recruiters. And I'm not trying to call them out or be an ass or anything. But,
no, they have quotas they have to reach, and they're having a harder and harder time doing it. And they're making promises they may not be able to keep.
And they're a little loose with the facts sometimes when it comes to what could be coming your way. With
that's how Goldie Hawn got in Private Benjamin. It was a documentary about how a well-known actress becomes part of the military.
Yeah, James actually went through the same process herself. She was 16 when she came to the U.S. from Mexico, and as a green card holder, did 2 combat tours in Iraq. She tried to get her citizenship through military service, but she kept missing immigration appointments and naturalization ceremonies because of redeployments. It says the mission.
Oh, are they blaming her for that?
Yeah. They would send her off they would send her off on a deployment, and then she would miss the naturalization meeting, and they would penalize her for it.
Wow.
So it's just one of those things. It says, and ICE can't keep track of vets it deports. So this is a big story. This is a CNN story. If you want to check this out, it's actually very interesting. And of course, it's based on the back of some of the ICE deportations. And of course, we know of one at least that was that even the government itself admitted that shouldn't have happened. The one that went to El Salvador.
Yeah.
And I guess he's a father of 5.
Yeah. Ready, fire, aim. That's in 3 words. That's this administration.
Yeah, no
Ready,
doubt.
fire, aim.
And it says, but that is an interesting thing, man. I had no clue at all that you could, that the military had a program, and I guess they don't either.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we have what?
Yeah. And it's a long-ass story. It goes over a number of cases, and this guy's name is Marlon Paris. He's one of the guys that is going through this, and the story is actually based on him. He's the guy who served 2 tours in Iraq, fought for the country, and then when it came time for the country to hold up their end of the bargain, it didn't work out that way. And
unfortunately, a lot of our veterans can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm sure they can.
VA failing them, the ability to get housing help.
Right. Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
It is. You know,
it's
funny,
disgraceful.
and it's been that way for a while.
Too long.
It really has. It's been that way through so many administrations and so many. It just seems like one of those things. Like it just seems like something that would be so easy to fix.
It's just lip service.
Considering that that the military service is such a bipartisan issue. It has nothing to do with being Democrat or Republican. These are people who served our country. They're all Democrats or Republicans. It doesn't really matter. You don't really know that when you're in a trench.
Right.
You don't really care who your dude voted for, the guy you're asking to cover you as you try to make it to the next stop, you know?
I always say, let's start with giving the members of Congress the Walter Reed Medical Center with the mold on its walls, and its failing infrastructure, and let our members of military go use that swanky marble countertopped healthcare clinic that the members of Congress get free access to.
Got a feeling that's not going to happen, though, Deb.
Oh, really? Why?
Got a feeling that's not going to happen.
You mean they wouldn't give that up?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got something fun to talk about when we come back. Have you ever heard of homogamy? Ba-da-ba-da.
Do-do-do-do-do.
I'm going to tell you what it is, and I got to tell you, I think you're going to be painfully interested in what this is. This is a generational change in our culture is what this is, and I'll explain it next.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple of accidents to look out for this afternoon where All-American Boulevard meets Edgewater Drive on I-4 westbound at Sand Lake Road. The shoulder is blocked there where Semorin Boulevard meets Colonial Drive. There's an accident off to the shoulder on the Beach Line westbound near the Greenway Main Toll Plaza there. There's a crash where Rouse Road meets University Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live on Instagram and in our YouTube chat. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. For all your mortgage needs, whether it's debt consolidation, commercial business lending, their move-up buyers program, or even new construction. Now, let's say you found a lot and you want to build your dream home. Well, you don't have to be rich to reach those dreams. Contact Brad Siebert at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They help veterans and first-time buyers reach their dreams through their VA and FHA construction to permanent loans. They're licensed nationwide, and even if you're looking to buy or sell, they have a special realtor program, puts you in touch with the top agents, and you get 25% of the commission back towards your closing costs. It's WeAreNotTheBanks.com for all your mortgage needs. NMLS ID number 150953, equal housing opportunity.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit OneFirmForLife.com today for your free consultation.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. You pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Ready to give up the bottle, drinking too much, and ready for a change? Dr. Robert Malpas with CNS Healthcare in Orlando is seeking adults ages 18 to 65 who regularly consume large amounts of alcohol to take part in a medication research study. If you're ready to make a change, call CNS Healthcare at 407-425-5100 today to learn more about this research study for those who desire to drink less. Or go to cnshealthcare.com to schedule a free consultation.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Let's face it, you upgrade your phone, you upgrade your car. So why in the world are you still stuck with outdated vision? Glasses and contacts? Man, that's old tech. At the Filatowski Eye Institute, we bring you the ultimate upgraded clearer vision. No lenses required. So ditch the hassle and level up your life. Schedule your free consultation today with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Simply dial pound 250 and say better vision. That's pound 250, keyword better vision.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
It is not a good after morning Colbert crew because, Jimmy, you might have been right about the last blast, and I may have been wrong. But then, that's also your fault that it is this hot out in April. April heat should be an oxymoron. It should not exist. 90s in April shouldn't be a thing. Especially because I'm going camping later this month. I don't want to do hot camping, Jimmy. Big T out.
So last year, a family of cardinals made a nest in a sage tree that's butted right up against one of the windows of my house on the outside. We noticed the first egg in that nest on April 3rd of last year, 2024.
Wow.
Well, a few days ago, we noticed cardinals flying around that nest again, and I'll be damned if today, April 3rd, 2025, we just noticed the first egg in that same nest. My wife was pregnant last year. Now that baby's almost 1, so this is super special.
That is so cool.
That's very interesting because as a rule, they don't use the nest twice. Because, okay, and the reason why I know that is this. So when we lived out in Geneva, we would always keep our garage door open like everybody does. You pull your car, because that's where you would come in and out of the house mostly was through the garage. I think a lot of people do that, right?
Yeah.
But because our garage was open, these little sparrows or finches or whatever the hell they were would fly in because there was cover, and they would start nests all throughout my garage. One was in my garage door opener, one was up in some boxes, and we knew because every time we would walk out, these birds would haul ass out of our garage. So much so that we actually started leaving the bottom of the garage door open a little bit so they could get in and out as they were feeding their chicks. But the one thing I was told is they would never use the same nest again. We left a nest one year to find out if that was the case. They built another nest like a foot from it.
It says that, yeah, that they'll typically do not reuse their nest. They build a new nest for each brood, but often in the same general area.
Yeah, that's exactly the case.
Times are tough all over. You know, you can't afford new construction nowadays. Supply chains, tariffs. I think you're going to see more cardinals reusing old nests.
And Jack, let me tell you, they were getting their twigs from Canada.
Yeah.
And
oh, man.
That's a problem.
That's going to be a problem these
That
days.
is going to be a... Do not look at your 401k.
Yeah, no. Well, it'll be fine. It'll come back. It'll come back. It always does.
Yeah, it's the eventually part.
Yeah. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Yeah.
And Jack is here as well.
It's only bad for the current generation to retire.
Oh, stop. Get out of here. Look, I wanted to come back bad, too, because I got my ass kicked, too. So what do you think hypogamy is, guys? When I say the word hypogamy.
So it seems like hypocrisy, right?
Right. It seems like that.
How do you say it again?
Hypogamy. Hypogamy. There was also there's another word that was used before called homogamy. Homogamy.
I'm counting on you to get this.
Well, I'm just assuming because when he teased it, he said it's changing our culture. You said
it is. This is in the 30s all the way up until probably about, I think it was 20 years ago, 20, 30, yes, 20 years ago, that this would have been the norm. But over the last 20 years, it has changed completely. It's flipped, and now this is becoming more of the norm.
Well, I'm gonna use my background as the inspiration because if you're watching us on YouTube and you see I change my background every day.
Yeah.
The one today is literally my dream.
Okay, yeah, very nice.
Okay.
I like this. Like a tree house with a bunch of candles and whatnot.
I am in a tree house, but if you look behind me, there's like a...
Oh, yeah, another tree house over there.
There's a compound of tree houses.
Yeah.
So my and we've talked about this before, having a compound where you can have several of your family members living in like this same tract of land. Is that what it is?
That's a great guess. I love that. But no, it's considerably more simple than that.
Oh, yeah. Hypography?
No, it's hypogamy.
Oh, yeah. It's sex with more than one hippo.
That's not it.
Go on, Woot Jack.
So here's what it is, right? So it started out like the initial culture norm was homogamy. And that is where the educated male would marry someone who is less educated. In other words, in the equality of education in a household for many, many years, homogamy meant that the male would be the better educated and the wife would be less educated. Now it's switched. Hypogamy is now in play, and more women are now marrying men that are less educated than them.
Oh, wow.
And it is a
It's
thing.
your dream.
This is a cultural change that they are now studying. It says, once upon a time, it was fairly common for highly educated men in the U.S. to marry less educated women. But in the beginning of the mid-20th century, more women started attending colleges, and marriages seemed to move in a more egalitarian manner. In other words, that either they would be equally educated or the woman in the relationship would be more educated.
Well, if you've never seen it, but if you remember in Titanic, one of the lines was for Rose's mother is, why would I send her to university? She already has a fiance.
Right. Yeah.
The only reason to send a young woman to college would be to find a suitable husband. I mean, my own mother wanted to be a UN translator, and my grandfather at the time said, why? Where are you going to hang your diploma? In the kitchen?
Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
Because that's not her role. That's
Yeah.
not what she was being raised for.
Wow,
She's being
goodness.
raised to be a wife and mother. And educating women was seen as a waste of money.
God, that is hard to even hear.
Well,
I know
mean,
I know it's right. And I know it's truthful because you could even. That's basically
but it's
50s
hurtful.
America.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not America. This was in Colombia.
And by the way, this is global. This is a global thing. This is just not an American thing. This is a global thing. And it says here, the researchers debate whether marriage between educational equals, homogamy, is on the decline. But one thing is clear, the phenomenon of women marrying men with less education than themselves is on the rise. In fact, women are now more likely to marry a less educated man than men are to marry a less educated woman.
Well, it backs it up because the numbers of higher education show that more women are enrolled in a 4-year or even postgraduate degree than there are young men.
Absolutely. A sociology professor at the University of Wisconsin, shout out.
Hi, Cheddarheads.
Madison, it says.
Oh, UW-Madison, that's a good time, you know.
Shared data on trends with the educational profile of heterosexual married couples from 1940 to 2020. And according to her calculations, in 2020, American husbands and wives shared the same broad level of education in about half of the relationships, down from more than 47% in the 2000s. Of the educationally mixed marriages, the majority, 62%, were hypogamous. In other words, the woman was the more educated person in the household. Now, it's weird because does Chris have a degree?
He does.
He does.
He does. He has a bachelor's.
He has a bachelor's. And Jack has a degree.
I do.
I am degree-less.
I am degree-less.
Also, my wife is degree-less. But the funny thing is about
but let's just, I mean, on the face of it, you would, all the money would be on she is much more highly educated.
I will tell you. Well, hold on, stop. I kind of expected that. I have no problem with that. But here's the interesting thing about that. I would kind of agree with Jack. But I believe it's weird. I wonder how many people listening to us now would think to themselves, who is the smarter person in their house? But there's smart and there's wise. Right?
Yeah, and who cares?
And you're right. And it doesn't matter. But
if you're pointing out the difference, and we already established that your wife would be the smarter person, are you saying you're more wise than your wife?
You have to understand.
Is that what you're saying?
I think it's the other way around.
Come on,
I think you're smarter, she's more wise?
I would think that's the case. I think, and she would probably agree with that. I think my wife would probably agree that I'm probably more book smart because I do read a lot for the show. So I probably know more stuff. But when it comes to wisdom and stuff that guides our family a lot, I probably lean on her and her street smarts and her ability to do the things like she negotiates with some of the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah.
So she has that thing that I don't have like that.
Right.
And so I think that's why we've been a pretty successful couple.
Well, that's what I mean. Wisdom is, I always saw it as intelligence meeting experience.
Yeah.
Then you get wisdom.
Right.
Because you have the understanding, and then you have the practical application of it. When you see how those things merge, you're more wise.
I always looked at like knowing something and then knowing how to use it is the wisdom, right? You know something makes you smart, but knowing how to use it makes you wise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's the same principle.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. But
have you ever wanted to finish your degree or get your degree?
I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Really?
None, not in the least bit. No.
That would be, my mom always said if I could be anything, I would have been a professional student.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's great. I do love learning. There's no question.
I love school. I love learning.
But I wouldn't think that I could.
But I'm a bad student.
What would I apply it to? I'm 50. I'm going to be 57 years old. What if I got a degree? I could probably do it by 60.
Okay, if you could get a degree in anything and you didn't have to worry about.
Oh, yeah, I know it immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Food.
U.S. history.
Really?
Oh yeah, U.S. history without question. So without question, a U.S. in a minor, or excuse me, a bachelor's in U.S. and a master's in world.
Do it with a remote online class.
Yeah, Jack. Well, I know
that was one of my favorite classes. History classes were some of my favorites.
It's my favorite. U.S. and world history are my favorite things.
Not in high school. And then when I took almost a decade off and then went back to school, then I appreciated school.
Oh, yeah.
Then I was like, this after you went out into the real world and then you came back, it's like, oh,
yeah.
All I have to do is you're going to give me information. I remember it. I give it back to you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And I get to look at all these young ladies.
There you go.
I love it. That's Whoop Jack.
That's Whoop Jack, Frat Jack.
It's hard to explain how excited I get in the morning to make my coffee and open up my laptop to find out what's happening in the world.
Oh, not me.
I don't care how bad it is or how good it is. I love just knowing, and I love learning about stuff. Obviously we've talked about my trivia question, and it's built to make to kind of teach you a little something every day. And I'm not trying to teach per se. I just find those things interesting because I like talking to people, believe it or not. I know Most people believe I do not. I love talking to people because I love learning about other people's life experiences. I mean, I think that's truly how humans have evolved to where we are now, is gaining the knowledge of other people's experiences and then either choosing to do those things on your own or not.
Man, we need to invite UCF history, American history professor Jim Clark on the show.
Oh, yeah?
You'd love him.
I love everything about
He is a
it.
hoot. That and political science.
Yeah.
Very fascinating.
I got to tell you, I wouldn't shy away from a poli-sci either. I think that's a fascinating. I do find politics fascinating and very frustrating.
But there is a science to it.
But
yeah, there is.
You
There's
want to
a
know
science.
another? There were two classes that I kept my textbooks because I really enjoyed them, and one was history. The other one was psychology. I only had one class in psychology, but I'm like, this is a class everyone should take.
I took like 3 years of that in college when I
So-
was in school. When I was like 5 credits away from my AA, but I took 3 classes of that. It's like 1, 2, and then it was something else.
What class do you think you could take that would help you in this job be better?
Oh God, psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think psychology, because history is not going to, that doesn't really translate into entertainment. It's just knowing how we got where we are as a culture and a society. But I think the psychology of how people think and how you could broadcast and entertain them and engage them, I think knowledge of that nature would be very applicable here.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda would have a bone to pick with you with the concept that history cannot still be used as entertainment.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's important that whatever you learn, you don't decide what it can and cannot do for you,
Yeah.
because you just never know.
Yeah, you're right.
Where that little nugget that you learned that one day is just going to end up being that,
And all that,
pièce de
we draw in
résistance.
history all the time, so I think it's applicable. I believe psychology might be better, but also I think poli-sci also. It's even in a show that's not political, you can't deny the facts like the events of yesterday and
the effects today.
I mean, we have ABC News on this every day right here in this big screen TV all day long while the show's going.
Our lives are connected to it.
They are.
All
All
of
the
our
time.
lives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's part of what we do here to a degree, and I think just more understanding of what happens at those levels could be beneficial to explain it to people who are just. A lot of us are just living our lives in a bubble, and it's like, what's the Dow doing? What tariffs?
Right.
Without paying much more attention to everything else going on.
How would you portray the education difference between you and your fiance Chris? How would you divide that up the way I did with our house? Like, would you look at it like that? Are you guys equals? Do you think you have more knowledge in focused areas than he does, or how does that work in your place?
Well, I think one of the hardest things that we rarely talk about is the fact that we are so inundated and married to what is happening in the news that it's
My wife
very
hates it, by the way.
difficult.
My wife hates it.
I mean, it's difficult for anyone in our personal
Yeah,
lives
it's tough.
to really be able to talk about all of the news stories that we ingest, because there isn't a moment you're off from this job.
There's not.
We may not be on the microphone, but there's never a moment you're off from this job. So it's hard to talk current events because you're expecting that other person to be at your level, and we're at an Uber level that most people to be mentally healthy, you shouldn't do.
My wife actually asked me this the other day during a conversation, because we were just having one of those deep conversations that couples have occasionally. She goes, "Do you believe that all of the things that you have to read and consume affect your personality or affect how you are when
Without
you're
a
home?"
doubt.
And I there was zero pause. Matter of fact, I may have cut her off. 100% without question. When you consume as much stuff as we do every day, I don't know. I would be scared if it didn't. Like, if it didn't have an effect on me, I would probably check myself in somewhere.
serial killer. Yeah,
I
exactly.
would probably check myself in somewhere because,
Yeah.
man, I mean, so much stuff, and you're
Because
just
the
like, God.
stories we give, that doesn't begin to cover the stories I've read
No.
and said, hell, I'm not talking about that. I'm not putting that image in the listeners' minds. I already had to read that story myself, and it's
Yeah.
ruined my day.
How about you, Jack? In your house, your wife is a professional entertainer.
Yeah.
But you guys have been married for a very long time, and she's been through every iteration of whether you were here with Jim when Jim was considerably more like politically topical than we are. Where do you find that balance in your place?
Yeah, she does not like the news at all. I mean, we'll put a little on, but she is aware of things, and I think she gets it more through social media. But if if I put on the news, I know that's not something she wants to see.
Right.
And I just like to touch in to make sure I'm, staying up to date. I do not go to social media for my news.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
do.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Deb does.
I do, because more often than not, I found stories that have broken. Now, I won't repeat it, but then when I'm like, okay, that's where I first saw that. That Morgan Wallen clip from SNL everybody's talking about. First saw it over the weekend on social media. This thing about, UPS drivers showing up with ID that looks legit. First time I saw it, social media. So unfortunately, it's still real time in a lot of aspects.
I always double check everything I see on
You have
social.
to.
Like if you see a headline that seems so bombastic, you're like,
you
there's no
have
way.
to.
I mean, you got to go and double check that up. But I do occasionally get a notification like that. But for the most part, I just kind of stick to my sources. But yeah, interesting.
I'll look anywhere and everywhere.
So hypogamy, if you want to read the story, guys, it's yahoo.com in their news section. And the list, it's called A New Marriage of Unequals. And I will tell you, it's a damn good read. It's a very, very interesting read. So check that out if you'd like. We'll take a little break and come back with trivia right after this. Load them up. It's time.
Do you want to play a game? Good. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is next. Call now, 407-916-1041.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
The Magic look to gain some positive momentum tonight. They'll visit the Wizards. Orlando's won 3 of their last 5, and they remain in a play-in spot. Florida's men's hoops team is in San Antonio for the Final Four. The Gators face SEC rival Auburn Saturday, with Duke or Houston awaiting the winner there. And FIFA awarded the 2031 Women's World Cup to the U.S. today, the 3rd time the United States will host soccer's World Championship. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Look, man, when it comes to Easter and having special times with your family, nobody does it better than the Rosen Hotel. These guys are absolutely awesome. You can join Chef Talaluna and the rest of the team over at Rosen Center for a brunch buffet that will blow your mind. Dozens of freshly prepared dishes that are sure to satisfy. Don't miss out on classics like roast pork loin or sweets like white chocolate almond croissants. Make your reservations because this thing does sell out. Celebrate Easter Sunday at Rosen Center's brunch buffet with Chef Talaluna and indulge in more than 60 delectable dishes that are guaranteed to impress every single member of your family. Crab claws, chocolate ganache cake, and so much more. Make your reservations today. It's so easy. It's rosencenter.com/Easter. That's rosencenter.com/Easter.
Life looks pretty good behind the handlebars of a Harley, and that point of view is one that everyone agrees on. At Space Coast Harley Davidson, we'd like to help you get some perspective on what's important. Right now, get 0% interest on select new 2024 Harley models. Get details at 866-826-9072 or spacecoastharley.com anytime. Ride the road and relax. Find your motorcycle and your soul at Space Coast Harley Davidson.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Hush, little baby, yes you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you can save for your little one's future. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most: getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Eustis Roofing, with over 65 years of experience in Central Florida, provides a VIP experience with an on-site crew lead, project manager, and expert team for every home. No wonder they won National Roofing Company of the Year. Visit EustisRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.
spending gold at Florida businesses just got easier. Meet the Gold Bag, Florida's very own local currency made with pure 24-karat gold. It's like cash, but without the inflation. To celebrate the launch of this new currency, we're giving away free half gold backs to Florida residents. It's your chance to experience spending real gold right here in Florida. Claim yours before they run out at freegoldback.com, and we'll ship it right to your Florida address absolutely free.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kid sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. This is Jason over in Palm Bay. I actually have a bachelor degree in economics, and my wife has a master's degree in education. But we would probably both agree that I have more wisdom, and I am smarter than her. She seems blonde sometimes, but she has the paper that says she has higher education than me. So there's that.
Hey, Jimmy and crew. Just because a member of the household is more educated doesn't necessarily mean that they're in a better financial position. Maybe this could be why educated women or females are marrying more entrepreneurs, roughnecks with traits. Just saying.
I don't think I got that one. I didn't understand what he was trying to say.
Well, just say, like, I think it more lends itself to what you used to say. Hey, you don't have to go to college. You can make a great living. And it's like you could be an entrepreneur, go out there and make a killing and maybe just not have the diploma that says you have a, quote, higher education.
I know, and this is without question the truth. I know way more wealthy people that do not have a college education than I do that do. Way more. Business owners, just dudes that grind it out and started young and never stopped. And, you know, they do quite well for themselves as opposed to maybe, you know, joining an investment bank and, you know, working your way up there. But I know a lot more guys that just did it with their hands and they're brawn than I did that do it with their brain.
As long as you're exercising something.
Yeah, for sure. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. Let's get it. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
All right, here we go. Let's go, creepy clickety-clack guy. In the Jackie Sack today, we have a pair of tickets to see the Orlando Philharmonic rocking Fleetwood Mac concert. This is at Cranes Roost Park tomorrow night. You can go see it. Our Philharmonic out doing Fleetwood Mac. That's going to be a pretty cool event.
Sure will.
We also have a pair of tickets to see Tom Segura at the Peabody Auditorium September 18th. Funny guy. That's happening, I guess, fall.
Yeah, fall. Yeah.
And finally, Dierks Bentley. He's coming to town on June 6th. Actually, he's going to Tampa. This is at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater, and he'll have special guests Zach Top and the band Lula. And that's Dierks Bentley, the Broken Branches Tour, June 6th. Those are your prizes up for grabs today in the Jackie Sack.
Back to you, clickety clack.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I'm feeling 3.
Feeling 3. Let's go to Brandon. Brandon, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, boss. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Want to play a little game with us?
Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed.
Do you want to play a game?
All right, Brandon, this is a real easy game, boss. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is not true.
No.
It is a lie. Trying to fool you, but if you pick the right one, big dog, I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack, and you can pick out something nice for yourself. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1961, comedian, actor, producer, director, singer, generational, iconic comedy icon.
Not Will Ferrell.
On the Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is the answer.
There you Yay,
go. That's
party
right.
all the time.
SNL alum, considered the GOAT of modern comedy. That's right. Eddie Murphy was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Eddie and 1 waffling lie. Nobody? All right.
In 61?
Yeah, 61.
Oh.
Yeah, very nice. Here we go, buddy. We're talking about Eddie Murphy. Which one of these is not true? You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Eddie Murphy, number 1. Eddie Murphy paid for the funeral of beloved comedian Bernie Mac. Number 2, Eddie Murphy was the first actor to get paid $1 million for his first movie. Number 3, Eddie Murphy's middle name is Reagan. Or lastly, Eddie Murphy loves 80s hair metal, specifically the bands Rat and Cinderella. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with 2.
No, that's absolutely true. Eddie Murphy was the very first actor to be paid $1 million for his very first feature film.
48 hours?
Yeah, I think it was 48 hours.
Wow.
For sure, yeah. 1, 2, 4, or 5.
4.
4 is Terry. Terry, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Jimmy?
Doing good, Terry. Which one of these is untrue? We're talking about Eddie Murphy. It's his birthday today. Number 1, Eddie Murphy paid for the funeral of beloved comedian Bernie Mac. Number 2, Eddie Murphy's middle name is Reagan. Or lastly, Eddie Murphy loves 80s hair metal, specifically bands Rat and Cinderella.
I'm going to go with option number 1.
That is the one you're aware of! Hey, out of curiosity, can you tell me the legendary black comic that was a major inspiration for Eddie Murphy? He paid for his funeral?
Red Fox.
Red Fox is the answer.
Good job.
You get 2 prizes.
Terry, you are a winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Thanks for calling and thanks for listening, Terry. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, Eddie Murphy did pay for the funeral of his beloved friend and long-term mentor, Red Fox.
Wow.
Of course, you can see, I think Red Fox is in Coming to America. Isn't he? He's in Coming to...
I know he was in the
No, Harlem Nights.
That's it.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
was in the movie Harlem Nights. Which was
I would say the Brooklyn movie, Harlem Nights.
Which is, honestly, it was considered a bomb.
Yeah.
That
Really?
movie, yeah, because he made 2 movies and then stopped making movies for a while. One of those is one of the worst movies ever made, and I will headbutt anybody that decides to. The Golden Child is one of the worst films ever with a star of that magnitude.
Yeah.
It is awful.
Yeah.
You can't make a movie worse than that. And then the movie Harlem Nights, which was funny.
He directed.
Yeah.
And it had Richard Pryor, Red Fox. It was like
Arsenio Hall.
all his icons and friends.
Oh, yeah, it was great. A couple things you may not know about Eddie Murphy. By the way, it is true. He is a massive hair metal fan.
Really?
And he loves the band Rat and Cinderella. As a matter of fact, there's a couple movies, or there's something he did, but if you hear it in the background, you can hear the bands playing in the background as part of the soundtrack because he liked them so much. A couple other things you may not know about Eddie Murphy before we get to the top of the hour. He is the only SNL cast member to host the show while still being a member of the cast.
Oh, wow.
And it was an accident, actually. The reason why is it's when he was starring in 48 Hours. Nick Nolte was supposed to host the show, but he got sick.
Is that the story?
That
wink,
is-
wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. He got sick of not having any more cocaine. But yeah, he got sick, so Eddie had to step in and host it for him, making him the only person to ever do it.
Wow.
He was dating Whitney Houston before Whitney married Bobby Brown.
And probably wishes she'd stayed with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, no joke. Eddie's father dabbled in stand-up while working as a cop. He left the family when Eddie was only 3 years old, but 5 years later, when he was on duty, he was stabbed to death. So Eddie Murphy's father was stabbed to death when he was 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when Eddie was only 8. Like I said, the dad left the family.
Right.
And then 5 years after that, while patrolling as a cop, he was stabbed.
Oh,
and then lastly here, Eddie Murphy is straight edge.
Yeah, no drinking, no drugs.
No alcohol, no cigarettes, no drugs, no nothing. He said the hardest thing he's ever done in his life is caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Does nothing. He watch, and I think that there's an interview with Charlie Murphy, his brother, God rest his soul, who was so great on Chappelle's show, man. That guy was and one of the most interesting cats I've ever met. I had the luck to meet Charlie Murphy twice as he was doing stand-up. He would come into the Monster Show. And the one thing I remember, because Eddie tells stories about Charlie being a straight-up street thug, like back in the day being a thug, like a gang member thug, right? And when Charlie came into the studio, he had about 4 dudes with him. And they stayed in the green room. When Charlie walked in the green room, the very first thing he did was kind of scan his surroundings and keep his eye and make sure he sat in a certain seat so he could keep his eye on everybody. It was kind of cool. And a really super sweet dude. Like a really interesting, nice guy. I never thought he was that funny. He was only funny in like the Chappelle Show. I don't think his stand-up was all that funny.
Right.
But he was a really interesting, fun guy to be around. Like real down to earth. And completely aware of his brother's fame and stuff like that. Not jealous about it at all. You know, it was just really cool meeting him.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to fight Charlie Murphy. I know that.
No, man.
Dude look hard AF.
Even now?
Oh, yeah. I can tell you, I think he'd still take me now.
Oh, boy.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Westwood One's coverage of March Madness resumes Saturday with a Final Four as Duke faces Houston and Auburn meets Florida. Coverage starts at 4 p.m. right here on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app, and is presented by Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways on the Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. There's a crash where All-American Boulevard meets Edgewater Drive. An accident where Summerlin Boulevard meets Colonial Drive. Watch out for a crash on the Beach Line westbound near Greenway Main Toll Plaza. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Once upon a time, I was in an exclusive cult run by powerful elites. That cult was Hollywood. I escaped and created Red Pilled America, a storytelling show that tells the stories Tinseltown ignores. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app.
Look, man, when it comes to the people that I know that have done well for themselves just by grinding it out and working hard, it's Leon Mills over at Mills Air. He is really the epitome of that. This guy has started with one van years ago and built his company into 60-plus vans that serve all of Central Florida. And when I say serve, I mean serve. Price, integrity, that's what they're all about. They've been doing it since 92, 32-plus years of experience here in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool. And when you experience the service of Mills Air, you will never go anywhere else. These people are awesome. Their techs can service every brand out there. Don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They can take care of you. And even better, if you do need a new unit, Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. These guys are awesome, and it's time for your preventive maintenance plan. So get in line and make sure that your AC is ready for this brutal summer that is right around the corner. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Shop International Diamond Center, April 11th through 13th, with up to 20% off rings, bands, earrings, and fashion jewelry, plus new bridal styles up to 3 years, 0% interest financing. Shop IDC, Altamont Springs, Mall of Millenia, and Waterford Lakes.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on Unlimited Welcome for $45 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Orlando Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Colbert crew. Jack was talking about the importance of counselors. I'm actually almost done with my undergrad. I'm going to school to be a counselor. And I got to source you guys for an assignment where we had to think about a study in my correctional psychology class. And I chose to suggest a study to see about how conjugal visits affect violence in the prisons based on the story that you brought up. So thank you for that.
Yeah, very cool, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know about any other movies, but I do know that Rat was on the soundtrack to The Golden Child. I remember going to see that in the theater in the 80s and hearing that song in the background, but I did not know he was a fan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. My wife may have more education than I do, but I know I'm smarter than she is. I got her to marry me, right?
You know what? I mean, it's a fair point. Yes.
Gotcha.
I think I can probably say the same thing. Oh, man. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Who's your favorite submarine sandwich company, Jackson? Where do you like to get submarine sandwiches from, Jackson?
Okay, flat out, I'll say Jersey Mike's, number 13, Mike's Way, definitely.
All right.
Without a doubt, my all-time favorite would be De Niro's Subs in New Jersey. It's a mom and pop owned sub shop. Actually, I believe the son owns it now.
Been there for 80 years.
My first time, I was in, the 5th grade. So I was 10 years old. I rode my bike. That's the first time I had an Italian sub. And it is by far still the best. Every time I go back to Jersey, I get one. Yes. And the closest I've seen to that is the Jersey Mike's Italian.
Mike's Way or just the
Mike's
normal?
Way. Yeah, with lettuce, tomato, onion, oil, and vinegar.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about you, Deborah?
I'm a Jersey Mike girl.
You also a Jersey Mike girl?
Yeah.
Are you a turkey? Like
I
mini
get a
turkey?
tiny turkey.
A tiny turkey?
Tiny turkey.
Is that a 4-inch turkey?
I think so.
Yeah. I have a number. I mean, I do like sandwiches. I like pub subs. I do like Jersey Mike's. They're good as well. Stasio's, down in the Milk District is awesome. But our friends over at Subway are thinking outside the box a little bit. They have themselves a new footlong.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You want to guess what it is? I mean, think as far out of the box as you could possibly think.
The yoga mat footlong sub.
It says Subway is adding this to its menu with an unusual twist.
The bread is a protein.
That's a real because
the bread is bread. How about that?
The tuna's tuna. No. It's funny because it's really a trick question.
Well, it's like the pickle sandwich, right?
Right.
Where
Yeah.
people started making sandwiches, where they take a giant pickle and gore out the middle and then stuff it and call it a pickle sub.
Oh, I told you that when I used to do those egg fests, there was a guy who would take those big ass and not the kosher dill, the real dill ones, the ones that would pucker your face flat. And they would carve out the middle of it and stuff it, or cut the top off of it, and then gut it and make like a tube, and then put pastrami and cheese in there, along with and make a Reuben pickle.
That sounds kind of good, though. Actually,
one bite's great.
2 bites too much.
Two bites is like, I don't know about this. And the line was around the property to get
Really?
one. Oh yeah. The guy toured those fests with that particular product for quite a while, from what I understand.
Wow.
Everybody kind of knew he was going to be there in the whole 9 yards. No, this is not it. Subway's dipping their toe into a brand new market. Actually, it's not even a sandwich.
Is it faux or?
No. So imagine this. You go to Subway, and they wrap your sandwiches up. This one comes in a little box. Like imagine when you go to 7-Eleven to get a hot dog.
Right.
What's that, a big bite? Is that what they call those things?
I think so.
Yeah, and they put them in that little box. Imagine that for like a foot-long sub.
Okay.
Now what's in there? Nachos.
No.
Wait. In a sub?
So, no. It's
a nacho sub?
It's not.
It's nacho sub.
No,
my
it's
sub.
it's just nachos. This is
I'll try it.
They're teaming up with Doritos, and it's the chain is partnering with Doritos to sell foot-long nachos. How about how much this is? Making Subway's latest addition to the popular Sidekicks menu that is going to attract big budget conscious customers. So they're already kind of
$5, $6.
God, you nailed it the first time.
$5?
$5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, they used to do the $5 footlong, and I don't believe that's a thing anymore.
So what they
right?
have here, they don't have that anymore. Right? Subway said the new dish is freshly prepared using nacho cheese flavored Dorito chips, topped with cheddar cheese, jalapeno slices, diced tomato, red onion, and drizzled with chipotle sauce. You can add rotisserie style chicken or steak for no extra charge, or a scoop of avocado for an additional cost. So they won't charge you for the chicken or the steak, but they're going to charge you for that avocado.
Yeah, man, of course. The one thing that actually I think would make it better if it wasn't Doritos.
Yeah.
Why, dude? Doritos are awesome.
No.
What would you put in place of that?
But
like Tostitos?
Regular tortilla chips, corn tortilla chips. You have the flavor of all the other stuff. You don't need to compete with all the stuff they put on a Dorito.
Oh, I could not. If I waited till tomorrow, I couldn't disagree with you more.
But that's okay because you know nothing about food.
You're right. I have no idea. But look, with that said, this sounds delicious. For $5, how do you lose, dude?
I'll try it. But
and there's one right around the corner.
I'm going to try it under protest.
Yeah. But they've been doing this for a while. And man, I got to tell you, not a Subway guy. Have no problem with the company. Don't have any problem with that whatsoever. I think they do a fine job. And at one point, I believe they were the biggest fast food chain in the world at one point, right?
Yeah, thanks, Jared.
Yeah, more locations than any other property, I believe. And they've been doing this Sidekick menu and kind of testing stuff out. And as I read the story, I guess at one point they had in that same container, they had a 12-inch slab of chocolate cookie dough that was sprinkled with pieces of Oreos and topped with vanilla cream. That you could get that. They also have a 12-inch version of chocolate chip cookies, a Cinnabon churro, a soft pretzel from Auntie Anne's, and it has 3-foot-long foods called dippers, where they use Subway's flatbread rolled up with pepperoni and cheese, chicken and cheese, or double cheese served hot. So imagine they take their roll, their wrap roll, and just fill it up, then roll it up, and then put it in their oven and make almost like a pizza roll.
It's kind of like what all the pizza restaurants are doing, right? What can you do with the pizza dough that will allow you to create more product with it?
Yeah, and what they're doing is they're planning for people to not have as much spending money over the next couple of years. That's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, $5?
Yeah, they are curtailing a menu that is going to focus on people being able to go to Subway and spend $20, $30 and get a meal. What are you laughing at?
It's their Trump menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says the nachos are cost-efficient addition for Subway, which uses existing ingredients like bagged chips and fresh toppings that already have those in the shops. Sidekicks and dippers were born out of the chain seeing younger customers' preference for snacking instead of sitting down for a big sub at one point.
Still don't understand how you can be so wrong on this. The Doritos have a unique and distinct flavor. A lot of flavor on the chips.
One sec, real quick. Could you let me know when he's done? Could you please? I'm going to turn my headphones down. Okay, you
both of you boys, can I not use the bathroom without you guys bothering me?
You can go ahead.
He better listen. Deb, tell him to listen. Doritos have a distinct flavor, whether it's the nacho cheese or the superior Cool Ranch or even the
Jesus H.
Even the ultimate
What is happening?
sweet chili.
Oh, God almighty.
The purple bag. Those are the best.
The
nacho cheese are the third in that 3-chip race.
It feels like he's taking turns kicking me in the nuts. Cool Ranch sucks.
Oh, no.
That sweet chili
that's
sucks.
the best. No.
Sucks. It sucks.
Anyway, but flavored chips you don't want with in a nacho where you're going to add.
I'm getting nachos tonight.
Right.
Okay.
If you're adding ground beef, guac, and the cheese and everything else, you don't want the other chemicals they're putting on them. There.
He threw it down, Jimmy. What's your response?
Yeah,
you in your happy space?
Why would you ignore the flavor that Doritos bring? The OG nacho cheese flavored Doritos are by far the better choice for this product because they add an extra layer of flavor, and even better than that, they are impervious to getting sloppy with the cheese. That's the problem with those tortilla chips you're talking about. The minute you hit them with the nacho cheese, if you don't eat those damn things in 5 minutes, you're going to be eating a paper towel covered in cheese. And by the way, I got to tell you something. So disappointed in you as a person for this sweet chili take. That is by far one of the worst tasting things that company's ever made. It is garbage, dude. Garbage.
Deb, I don't see his lips moving. Is he done?
G-A-R, budge. That's what they are. Garbage.
All right. Kiss and make up.
Now, I have to tell you what is good, though.
What's that?
Don't say Pepsi.
No, dude. It's those hot fire ruffle chips. God damn.
I've never had.
I was going to say, I haven't tried them yet.
Those things are great. What's that thing called? They're like they are like glow in the dark orange.
Oh, really?
They have so much of that fire stuff or whatever it is. It's the Cheeto ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they take that Cheeto dust and they put it on Ruffles.
Love the sweet chili.
Okay, Jack.
Jack is 100% right. 100% agree with Jack.
The Doritos would be disgusting. Oh,
the Doritos would not be disgusting. You people are complete psychos.
Well, too late. Trump just put tariffs on Doritos.
Damn it!
Did I say Auntie Anne's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anne's.
It's Auntie Anne?
There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not Auntie Anne? Nacho is not the OG flavor. It's taco flavor is the OG flavor? I thought the nacho flavor was the OG flavor for Doritos.
I think the taco flavor is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, come on, really? Well, that one would be even better.
I agree.
That's double taco action.
I found Jimmy.
Jack's favorite movie.
I found a text that doesn't say I'm right. This one. It mentions you. It says Jim is wrong about the sweet chili Doritos. Jim is an absolute psychopath.
The best one is punch him in the face, Jack, for saying for all us Dorito people. Man, somebody's got to think those things are terrible. I think they're awful.
This is. I'm surprised at how much support I actually have.
Oh, my God.
This thing
The
is going-
texting service has just lit the F up.
It's going crazy. This is the stupidest thing we've ever talked about.
Yeah.
Jim is an absolute psychopath, Pepsi lover, and hates the sweet chili.
I think Subway should have used us as a focus group.
I think you're right.
And our listeners.
Yeah, Doritos and Pepsi's in my contract, dude.
I love this one. Tom's Bacon Cheddar Fries. Don't even need shoes to walk in and buy those.
God, I hate those. I hate that sweet chili Doritos. I remember it's a purple bag, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember walking in. I see that purple bag, and I didn't even read. I was like, "Are those Doritos?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I want some Doritos." And I popped one of those things in my mouth, and I was like, "Ah."
Well, see, that's the
like
problem.
Like a kid eating broccoli. I was like, "Blah."
You were
Because
expecting something different.
You were expecting nacho, and you got sweet chili.
And I
you should look before you put something in your mouth.
Listen, stop. I had a run with Cool Ranch when I was cool with it, and then I ate Cool Ranch with a hot dog that made me sick. And then those things came back up, and I have to tell you, I have not been a Cool Ranch fan since.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something else that's changed and isn't as good as it used to be?
What?
Smart Food, the white cheddar popcorn.
Oh, that used to be great. What
I
happened?
know.
But there's a replacement for that now that everybody's doing it.
Well, I've been reading an article about it. I mean, people have literally taken to Reddit saying, what is going on with Smart Food? Because that popcorn used to leave so much stuff on your fingers. It was so tangy and cheddary. And now
They found a way to save money.
there's the flavor is off. It's not the same, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and there was another one. What was the other? A Smart Food. But what's the one that kind of is real popular right now? That's one of those flavored popcorns. It's also very popular right now.
Oh,
Poppy or Popkey?
That's exactly it.
Well, Poppy is the prebiotic soda.
Okay, Popkey.
But there's one like
Pop
that.
Fresh or
Poopy.
is it the one with Jennifer
Puppy.
Aniston?
It's anything to get him to stop yelling that.
Pockhockey.
Pockhockey. That's his other favorite movie.
Who's gonna put him in the car seat and take him
Oh
home?
yeah, not me. He can poop himself and stay here. I don't care. 407.
Oh my God.
916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. A couple things when we come back. An American tradition is coming back, and for the life of me, I cannot understand why anybody would do this other than nostalgia. Like, that would be the only reason I would do that. I'll tell you what it is next.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a disabled truck blocking the right lane on I-95 southbound before International Speedway Boulevard, slowing down traffic there. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area and stop-and-go traffic on the Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway. The express lanes are being resurfaced, causing slowdowns on State Road 429 southbound approaching Independence Toll Plaza. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the Miller's Yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stuff. Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I love doing friends and family like a solid. I love giving good advice to people, and that's why it was so easy to start telling my friends and family about Life Imaging FLA, especially my in-laws. Man, oh man, I will tell this story until I die because it is completely true. I remember standing next to my wife when her mom called to let her know that her and her dad's scans were perfectly clear. You know, they're in that 60s age where you really need to take care of yourself and pay attention to that kind of thing. That pressure just dissipated and it just felt good. But that's what Life Imaging FLA does. That's why it's cool to be proactive and not reactive when it comes to your long-term health care. And remember, you don't have to take off your clothes or no dyes or injections for this. It only takes a few minutes. The information you could get, however, could save your life. So don't wait. Do what I did, what my wife did, and what our in-laws and so many other Central Floridians have done. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well. Well, here's how you make your appointment. It's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it, pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Finally take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time AutoDial text message from iHeartMedia.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Leonid and Friends, performing the music of Chicago, is coming to Orlando at the Plaza Live Friday and Saturday, April 4th and 5th. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Let's face it, you upgrade your phone, you upgrade your car. So why in the world are you still stuck with outdated vision? Glasses and contacts? Man, that's old tech. At the Filatowski Eye Institute, we bring you the ultimate upgraded, clearer vision. No lenses required. So ditch the hassle and level up your life. Schedule your free consultation today with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Simply dial pound 250 and say better vision. That's pound 250, keyword better vision.
Future health, weight loss.
Thinking about trying Ozempic? Then you need to go to futurehealth.com to supercharge your Ozempic results by 58% versus Just Meds alone. Many are losing over 10 pounds the first month. Go to futurehealth.com and take the 3-minute quiz right now. Get your meds delivered to your door in 48 hours. Go to futurehealth.com, future without the E. Start losing weight this week.
Future health, weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage, NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physical present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise. Pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Eustace Roofing, with over 65 years of experience in Central Florida, provides a VIP experience with an on-site crew lead, project manager, and expert team for every home. No wonder they won National Roofing Company of the Year. Visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Do you guys not have the gold bag down there, which is the Sriracha Doritos? They are delicious. If you like that chili crap, you'll love the Sriracha. It's man kicking.
Double top taco action. That's hilarious. That's pick the porn title.
Jack, how are you going to let him sit there and call all flavors of Doritos garbage?
No. The sweet chili chips are awesome.
No, they're not. You are incorrect.
I agree, Jack. The spicy, sweet chili Doritos are the best. And nachos are best without flavored chips. It's the same reason I never get the Doritos Loco Taco at Taco Bell, because it competes too much with the meat and the other stuff in the taco. And I believe it would be the same with the nachos.
Amen. Good after Friday Eve, Colbert crew. Ex-swimmer here. Hey, Jimmy, I got your back on this. Jack is completely wrong.
What?
Those Doritos are disgusting.
They are.
Cool Ranch, awful. All that spicy crap, awful. The OG is the best.
Nailed it.
Who to do, Colbert crew? You know, your favorite tea bag in Wildwood.
Wow.
That sounds wild, right? But today we raise a beer to inspire Joy Day. You know, like you do there, Jim Jams, every day with this show. Just inspiring joy and anger. Anyways, love y'all. Clean it.
You're the greatest, dude. I got to tell you, brother, you make me smile every single day. And oddly, I really look forward to your call every single day. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
We have a thing going on called the Dream Home Makeover. And Real Radio has your chance to win a Dream Home Makeover. It's all brought to you by our friends over at Fairwinds Credit Union. And up for grabs is the ultimate backyard from Orlando Backyard Living. Win a roof from Eustace Roofing, solar from Solar Source, or even a cooling system from our friends over at Mills Air. Get all the details you need and enter all 4 of those contests easily at realradio.fm/contest. That's realradio.fm/contest.
I got word today. I believe we're adding a 5th, plank to this contest, and that'll be out maybe the beginning of next week.
Very
but that's
nice.
pretty cool. It's only going to keep getting bigger. But solar, what's really cool, and I made a little video for Solar Source today. It's on our Instagram. But I got my power bill last month or this month. What do you think it is?
$70.
Okay, hold on. It hasn't been super hot. So carry the 4, divide by pi. Jack is cheap and he hates good food. $37.
That's undercutting it. It's 45, just under 45.
Yeah, $45 is still solid as a rock, buddy. I'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah.
Day of the week, Jackson. Every day.
And my AC's been running the past week or at least the past week or so. Yeah, it's been running a lot.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, now I'm leaving the house. It's only the kid home. I crank it up.
Oh, yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Sweat it out.
Like, you haven't earned this.
Right, exactly.
That's realradio.fm/contests. Get involved with that. We have really good clients, and they love doing cool stuff for the community, so you can get involved and maybe hook up. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Just trying to stop burping. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Did you have that Pepsi?
I think it was those Doritos.
Thinking about those terrible Doritos. By the way, I didn't say I dislike every flavor of Dorito, by the way. I simply said I don't think the sweet chili or the Cool Ranch are good. I will take the nacho cheese, and I will take the OG taco flavor. That's what I said. And can I tell you, I wouldn't even probably mind the sriracha ones because I love sriracha, Chinese ketchup.
And my whole point is that I don't want those flavored chips in my nachos because it kind of adulterates everything else.
You're saying it's too much?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Look, listen, we can find an accord here.
Do you have a favorite tortilla chip?
Well, I mean, I'll have to tell you. I think when they're cooked fresh, and you get the good nacho cheese. I think Tijuana Flats is...
I was just going to say, last night we had Tijuana Flats.
I'm telling you.
Those were good chips.
I'm telling you what happens is this, right? So much like, I think Moe's can do this occasionally, but with Tijuana Flats, when they cook their chips, I mean, they actually cut the tortillas and fry them right there in the store. And sometimes when those clumps get clumped together and they all fry, you'll get this like kind of weird like Russian nesting doll chip, where it's like a chip inside a chip inside a chip inside a chip. And then when they put that salt, pepper, and that garlic powder, or whatever it is, and it catches a lot of that, man, I don't know how you get better than that.
That
And then
is-
their queso was great too, by the way.
This is the second time in 12 hours I heard him tell that chip story, and the joy in his eyes.
Oh man, I
Tell
love
me
it.
about it.
Oh, when we would go to Taco Tuesdays as a family back in the day when the kids were like, 11, 12, 13 years old, and we were just going everywhere and had no time, it was really one of the few places where you could take the entire family and afford to eat there during the middle of the week, right? Because the Taco Tuesday thing was like $9. So our entire tab for the entire family was like $50-$60, which is a joke for our family.
Yeah, for
especially-
4 kids and the teens.
and 3 athletes.
Right.
I mean, it was crazy, right? And we would go in there, and when you would get the Taco Tuesday thing, they would give you chips as a side, and then we would get queso, and everybody would go in there. Man, you should see my kids. They were immediately peeping each other's little basket of chips to find the ones with all the little crevices with the salt and pepper built up in there.
You taught him well,
I tell you,
Jimmy.
I was about to say very
I'm just
nice.
saying that those Tijuana flat chips with the seasoning they put on them and that nacho cheese, that was really
That's
good.
pretty darn hard to
That's
beat.
a good
What
time.
about off the shelf, a bag chip?
Man, I don't know.
You know a good one?
Yeah, I mean, Tostitos are good, but they don't have any flavor, right? They don't do, but they have that lime one, but I'm not a big fan.
I hate the
But,
lime
but,
one.
do too.
but
That-
those are my favorite dipping chips.
But
But
they're sturdy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's a really good flavored chip? Mission Inn.
Oh yeah, they are good.
Those are good.
And they're cheap.
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes you can get those things where they have that bag. It's like that giant bag for like $3.
They were BOGO the other day, and I'm
Dude.
like, oh, I can't.
You feel
If I buy
obligated.
one, I buy two. If I buy two, I eat two.
You feel like what you do is you buy them and then just make fresh pico. I mean that's the best thing, Just
yeah, Jack.
tomato, onion, lime juice, and cilantro with salt and pepper. It's the greatest.
I think he meant to say you go buy a jar of salsa.
Don't do
is what
that.
He meant to say to me.
Jarred salsa is the worst, dude. It's so easy to make. God, you guys kill
I
me.
know I did.
What?
No,
Don't look at me,
it's
I'm-
not. You know what? It's work. You got to buy the stuff. You got to chop it up, and then you got to clean the cutting board.
My mom makes the hot sauce.
You got to clean the
I just
knife.
pick it up.
Yeah, do you really?
Oh, yeah.
She makes good hot sauce?
Oh.
She makes fresh hot sauce?
Oh, yeah.
Then why don't I have any?
I don't know. I mean, did you actually?
I just threw a fit.
You did.
I just threw a little fit.
You did.
I want some hot sauce from your mom.
Okay.
That
Well,
sounds crazy. Let's
Give it to
rephrase
me.
that. Yeah. Give me that hot sauce, woman. I would love to have some hot sauce from your
Okay.
mother. That would be awesome. Can you bring me a little bit, please?
I will ask her. Yeah, and tonight she's making nachos.
Is she?
So
Okay.
there's probably going
Why
to
do
be.
you get nachos?
Yeah, Joe, we've been talking about it all day, and now you're just giving it up now?
Yep, fresh jalapeno slices.
God dang, that's so
Homemade
good.
hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. Keep
She
talking.
knows how to keep you coming around.
Red onion. Mm-hmm. Slivered red onion. Just slivers.
More evidence that Jim knows nothing about food. And they say, Jim, I tried your recommendation a few weeks ago on the Wise potato chips. Yuck.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, those things were
What?
not good. I've lost my trust of any recommendation that
Listen,
you have.
whoever that is, I want you to text back and tell me why. Why is it so bad? Because you just saying it's bad doesn't mean S to me. Tell me why. Why is it bad? You can't just go, that's terrible because you suggested it. Tell me why. The flavor is incredible. Nice crunch. The whole 9 yards are cheaper. But they're not as good as the others. I give it to them. I'll give it
Truth
to him
comes
for sure.
out.
Yeah, I'll give it to him for sure.
Truth comes
All
out.
right. So what do you think? When it comes to nostalgia? You're going to throw yourself back here a little bit.
All right.
$6 million man doll.
As families are traveling around the U.S. and enjoying themselves, what would have been a piece of nostalgia from that point?
The picnic.
That's a good one.
Oh, like the roads. Yeah, picnic is a good one. Roadside attractions.
Not attraction.
The roadside stop where they,
Are you talking about the diners where you pulled in and they came out on roller skates?
No.
Like A&W Root Beer used to do when I was a kid.
It's all kind of part of that nostalgia thing. It's the you know what's really coming back and people are starting to kind of go to them?
The road trip?
Motels.
Oh.
There's a whole story in California. We're up and down the coast of California by Big Sur. There are the series of these, and we have them. Man, if Florida has anything, when you go down US 1 or go anywhere over by the beach areas, Cocoa, Daytona, they're littered with the Seahorse Inn.
Right.
Or
right.
any of those
I think I
terrible.
stayed at the Seahorse Inn.
Those terrible old motels are kind of making a comeback. Like it's becoming a bit of a thing. Instead of staying at this big grand hotel that costs you $300 or $400 a night and all the restaurants are $60 a piece, people are starting to kind of pile up in these old motels, and it's kind of becoming a bit of a thing again.
There's one off of Highland in Mount Dora that always reminds me of the movie Cars, where the traffic cones are their own little their own little motel rooms. I don't know why, but it's just the cutest. It's as cute as a bug's ear.
There's so many of them up in Putnam County off of Highway 17 up there in East Palatka. There are a series of these because what would happen is the St. Johns River used to be a big draw for fishermen.
Right.
So if you were like an outdoorsman, it would be nothing. And Mount Dora is the same way, by the way.
Yeah.
It'd be nothing for people to come down, during, and you remember that thing exploded when the when the 50s, when the cars came around and families would pile up in the car and they would do the family vacation. Right before you were flying everywhere and it was affordable, that's what you would do. You'd go get a little motel room on the beach somewhere, or maybe on a lake or a river, and you'd spend your 3 or 4 or 5 days there as a family doing that kind of stuff. But man, we have a bunch of them up there on the river for that, like almost like little fish camp hotels.
I remember when we were moving to California, we had stayed at the Space Age Motel in Gila, Arizona. Now, when we stayed there, it still was designed from the 1950s. So, yeah, you remember those like plastic wall with like the bubbles and
it
had like glitter in the
Yeah, these are all the ones where it's just concrete block walls. There was no, and there you
nothing fancy.
It smells like concrete block and paint. There's no, it's not. It is as low frills as it get, and I can't imagine a state that has more of them than we do. I legit cannot, other than maybe California, I don't know that there's a state that has more of these little drive-up motel, hotel kind of places than the state of Florida.
50 years ago this year, we stayed in the Days Inn on 192 in Kissimmee. That's when we came down to Florida to go to Disney.
Yeah.
But that's where we stayed.
But Days Inn would have been like a metropolis hotel back in the, compared to...
It was a motel, though. I remember because it was open air. Like, you come out of your room and then you are outside.
Yeah. There's the Sand Castle over, I remember that, over in Daytona, New Smyrna area, the Sand Castle, the Seahorse Inn.
Oh, yeah.
So many of those little places like that.
Did you see the Florida Project?
No, I didn't. Well, Willem Dafoe?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all,
it's a motel.
It's all that area down there.
192.
Yeah, that's the 192 down by the tourist attraction, and there's still plenty of those, by the way.
Yeah.
Still plenty of those, and they need to be dozed.
No, they need to convert them into low-income housing for all those people that are living in them right now.
Yeah, maybe they should. You're right. Because that's the whole story, right? With that. They were living in that hotel that had no power or water or anything.
Exactly, and how it's in the, the shadow of, Walt Disney, some of the biggest attractions of the world where people are just spending money left and right, and yet just down the road, there's a family using old pool water to flush their toilet.
Right, as they work at the park.
Right,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are crazy, man. And they actually, in the story, they list a few that are in California. And I guess one of the most famous ones actually is in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, up near Atlanta. Let me see if my computer can stay alive for 5 minutes, and I'll tell you all about it. One called the Austin Motel in Texas. That's a very famous one. And the one in Georgia, it's in Savannah.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, there have to be 50,000 of this name. What would be the name that this would be, that there are so many? There's at least 3 in Florida, in Central Florida.
The drive-in?
The Thunderbird Inn. Oh, yeah, baby. The Thunderbird Inn. And it always had that Native American Thunderbird thing. And it always had that Native American neon sign. Yeah, that one right there in Savannah, Georgia is still very famous. It opened in 1964.
Wow.
And it is now kind of coming back around where people are kind of doing this for nostalgia reasons. And look, can I tell you, maybe for money reasons. Because these things are $60 a night as opposed to $260 a night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and if you want an experience of what it's like to drive into and park at a motel, I suggest, just like Jack, another documentary called National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they cruise into that motel.
Another great documentary.
It was.
And somebody said that the Cabana Bay, which is the hotel out at Universal, is actually kind of built to be look like a retro kind of 50s hotel motel kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, hotel. It's definitely got that aesthetic.
It's
like it's a retro aesthetic.
Yeah. But I mean, it's obviously all the
Yeah, but
accoutrements.
everything's nice.
Yeah. Your AC is digital.
Yeah.
100% there for sure.
And it works, and
All
you're
right.
not going to see bugs.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, got some news for us?
Yeah, we're going to talk about prosecutors seeking the death penalty in a child's brutal beating. The FAA is sending a stress management team to Reagan National. Man, things are not going good at that airport.
It is not good. I read that a little bit of that story today, and it is sketchy AF
wait till
up there.
I tell you why they're sending that stress management team. And speaking of flying, the TSA's Real ID deadline is fast approaching. And if you're planning to take any trip in the continental United States coming up this summer, you better have a Real ID. We'll tell you why coming up next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. All right, we're going to take a little break, come back and get Deb's news and get the hell out of here on a Thursday.
Woot, woot.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday evening forecast. Partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, and mild temperatures on tap through the overnight tonight. Temperatures only sinking into the upper 60s and low 70s tonight, which means it's going to be a mild start to your Friday. Keeping those partly cloudy skies on tap, temperature is going to be throughout the upper 80s and low 90s once again, with that light breeze picking up throughout the afternoon. From the Fox 35 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. Financial freedom happens here. Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
This Easter, you want to make a nice dinner for yourself, but you don't want to clean it up. Well, don't do any of that then. Join Chef Luna and the rest of the team over at the Rosen Center for a brunch buffet featuring dozens of freshly prepared dishes that are sure to satisfy. Don't miss out on classics like roasted pork loin or sweets like white chocolate almond croissant. Make your reservation today. Look, this Christmas buffet and the Thanksgiving buffet absolutely destroy it. You want to make sure that you can have the best Easter ever, and at Rosen Center's Brunch Buffet, they'll make sure that Chef Luna and you can indulge in more than 60 delectable dishes that are absolutely guaranteed to impress every single member of the family. Crab claws, chocolate ganache cake, and so much more. Make your reservation today. It's rosencenter.com/Easter. That's rosencenter.com/Easter.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Life looks pretty good behind the handlebars of a Harley, and that point of view is one that everyone agrees on. At Space Coast Harley Davidson, we'd like to help you get some perspective on what's important. Right now, get 0% interest on select new 2024 Harley models. Get details at 866-826-9072 or spacecoastharley.com anytime. Ride the road and relax. Find your motorcycle and your soul at Space Coast Harley Davidson.
Trust Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
UB40, the Relentless Tour 2025. August 19th, Hard Rock Live, Orlando. Get tickets Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster and Hard Rock Live box office. UB40, in concert.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Enjoy a unique signature burger or dish at Puddle Jumpers on beautiful Lake Dora in Tavares. On Friday, April the 11th, join the Monsters of the Morning at Puddle Jumpers for some big dumb fun during our live broadcast from 6 to 11 a.m. Then stick around for a monster lunch with the Monsters of the Morning to get your weekend started off right. Puddle Jumpers in Tavares. Live music on Thursday through Saturday starting at 5 and Sunday afternoons 2 to 6. Don't miss the Monsters of the Morning live. And for lunch, Monsters of the Morning, Friday, April the 11th.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place. The free iHeartRadio app.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit OneFirmForLife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind you to look ahead. So we are going to look ahead and talk about tomorrow on Real Radio, The Monsters, hosted by Ryan Holmes. What's going on? Plus, special guest Killer Bees will be in studio at about 9 o'clock. And Ryan and Angel take over The Monsters tomorrow. It's going to be wild. And I think Amber Nova will be joining them as well. Look ahead with the team at TK Law. Plan your family's future. Visit OneFirmForLife.com.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, how's it, Ohana? Oh, long day on the flight line today. Never get to hear the entire show, but when it comes to Mexican food, I lean quesadilla or enchilada. Mama makes some mean enchiladas. But my favorite burrito, take a couple pieces of nori, pile a whole bunch of sushi rice, at least a half a pound of tuna with some steamed asparagus and avocado. Roll that sucker up, make a big old fat sushi burrito. Aloha.
Aloha, brother. Bring me one.
Good afternoon, the Jim Colbert Show. This is Prince of the Island. This is my third take because the GPS keep talking over me. But Jimmy, if you really want some hot sauce, I got your back. Now, I have the American pea sauce, I got the Mexican pea sauce, and then I got the island sauce. Now, I'm going to send Jack a couple of videos to prove what I have. I am the king of hot sauce. I'm suing Mo because Mo doesn't do.
Yep. Always.
Still hasn't gotten it.
Man, I love a good hot sauce. I'm willing to pay $20 for a bottle of Miss Deborah's mom's hot sauce. We got, 10 million listeners, $20 a bottle. That's $200 million. This could be a thing.
I like the way you're thinking.
I like that too.
Yeah, I don't know about those old motels, man. Last time I stayed in one, I saw a huge palmetto bug running across the wall, and I wasn't letting that thing get in the way, and I ran after it, and I kicked it, and my foot went straight through the drywall. And then I'm like, I don't want to get charged for this, so I just set a trash can in front of the hole, and all was good.
JCS crew, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Dude, it's stifling out today,
I
man.
know.
I left my tent at the house today, man, and I was just like, oh, I paid the price today, man, because I had to cut a lot of tile outside. Oh, man, it was miserable. But everything's up, man, including the heat, bro. I just got off the 429 and gas was 324. By the time I got, almost 2 miles, it was almost 330. We're in a vortex. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it
Speaking
sucks.
about chips, there's always been my idea, which is also the best chip in the bag, is make a bag full of folded over Lay's potato chips. Just plain Lay's, but they're folded, and they're always better.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
They catch all the goodness. Tell me I'm wrong.
All you listeners out there, listen up. If you're looking for love, real love, you need to find someone who talks about you, who cares about you, who's passionate about you.
You're right.
Just as much as Jimmy is about clumped up tortilla chips from Tijuana Flats.
Preach.
One love, brother.
One love, brother.
Not wrong.
I love them.
What a batch of final talk backs to
know.
close out the show.
I told you we have the best audience.
I would buy. If they could promise me clumped up tortilla chips at Tijuana Flats, I'd go there every day. God, they're so good. And then extra salt and pepper, that salt and pepper they have, that mix.
Yeah.
Somebody texted me earlier about it, so they love it as well.
It was very. I noticed that last night. I was like, oh,
so
man,
good.
These are good.
It's so good.
It's like I didn't want. It's like, all right, I already ate 2 bags of popcorn. It's like, okay, stop.
Yeah.
And then I avoided that first bag of chips, and then another bag came, and I'm like, all right, let me
Get
try
in
one.
there.
And I'm like, oh man, these are good.
Yeah, get in there, dude.
They're so good.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Deb, let's do You Heard It Here first.
All right.
It's time for You Heard It Here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Prosecutors in Lake County upgrade charges against the mother and her boyfriend in the case of a 10-year-old Tavares boy who died from suspected abuse and neglect. State Attorney William Gladstone said they plan to seek the death penalty for Kimberly Mills and Andre Walker.
Both Mills and Walker were indicted as principals to first-degree murder, principals first-degree felony murder, as well as aggravated child abuse.
Investigators found evidence of abuse after Xavier Williams was brought to the hospital with bruises and burn marks February 22nd. Unfortunately, he died from his injuries last month. The Federal Aviation Administration is offering support to air traffic controllers at Reagan National Airport following January's deadly collision. The Critical Incident Stress Management Team will be meeting with airport personnel sometime this month. The FAA is also reviewing the arrival rate at the airport and will conduct regular wellness checks. Here's why. Yesterday's announcement comes just days after a Reagan National Air Traffic Controller was arrested following an alleged fight in the control tower. Just what you don't want to hear happening when your flight's looking to land or take off.
Or do anything for that matter.
Or do anything.
Refuel, who cares?
Yeah, air traffic operations have been under scrutiny since a late January mid-air collision that killed 67 people.
Yeah.
Already a stressful job. Then add that on top of it.
Right.
Speaking of flying, travelers have just over a month to get a real ID license before the TSA's deadline. Starting May 7th, Americans will need to have a real ID compliant driver's license to take domestic and international flights. Now, if they don't have one, you're going to need to bring your passport or a secondary ID to travel through security checkpoints. And again, that's even if you're planning to fly from, say, Orlando to New Orleans, you're going to have to bring your passport.
That's right.
Now, the Real ID Act was actually enacted after 9/11, but it's taken it this long to actually come to fruition. So if you have the little star and the upper right-hand corner of your driver's license, that means you've provided the documentation. You do have a real ID. If you do not have one, make an appointment at the DMV because...
Yeah. I think if you rape your license right now, I don't even know if you have a choice. I think they pretty much automatically do it.
I believe so.
Yeah,
but you do have to have that extra documentation in order to get one.
Question. This gold star, it's like the blue check mark on Twitter or X. It's really not. They're white. It's surrounded by gold.
Right.
The check mark is surrounded by blue. But we just all go along like it's a blue check mark and a gold star.
All right. It's a white star surrounded by gold.
Well, that sounds dumb.
You heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show. Someone is going to be getting a timeout.
Oh, yeah, he's
I'm
saucy.
telling you that right now.
Very saucy.
He's very saucy.
Got to go to Costco tonight because I played trivia last night.
Yeah,
Didn't even win.
Yeah.
Wow, do you have
some good chips.
Got to fill up those cargo pants.
I was going to say, you have a big night planned, don't you there, Bradshaw?
Thinking about the hot dog.
Costco
With the Pepsi.
And then an old-fashioned.
$1.50.
Oh, that sounds so good. Eat one for me, Jack.
I got the card. Come
Send me a
on.
picture.
Get
Send me
one
a
on the
picture.
way.
Send me a
Let's
picture.
go.
I can't. I've got things.
I can get gas cheaper than your.
I got things, Jack.
You don't have things.
I have things.
You have no things. Nothing.
Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Yeah.
Interrupt this fool for a second.
We want to thank Danny Meyering with Orlando Date Night Guide. Also want to thank attorney Glenn Klausman from KlausmanLaw.com. If you missed any of Danny's date night suggestions or you missed Glenn talking about what legislation is going on in Tallahassee that could affect your car insurance, both podcasts have already been posted to the Jim Colbert Show. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much, as we do every single day. Jack, question of the day.
Oh, this was a doozy. Which style of Mexican food do you prefer?
This is actually an intriguing question to me, and I think I have the winner.
It's easy winner, but that's not what the original intent was. You ruined it by adding choices, but let's get on with it anyway.
I think he meant ruined, but I'm not 100.
Ruined?
Yeah, ruined. It's not ruined, dude. It's ruined.
Give yourself
ruined.
a buzzer, Jack.
No.
Buzzer,
because
Jack.
he says he doesn't
Ruined.
like the way I say ruined.
That's not how you say ruined.
Well, that's too bad.
It's
That's the way it
ruined.
is.
Buzzer.
We're out of time,
Which
and
one?
the choices were
Go ahead.
Buzzer.
burritos, enchiladas, quesadillas, or tacos.
It's got to be tacos.
It is, because you added tacos, which ruined it.
Oh.
How much more was it than burritos or the other?
49% for tacos, okay? After that, what do you think it is between burritos, enchiladas, quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
No.
Burrito.
Is it really?
24%.
Wow.
Then quesadilla. Then your stinking enchiladas at 12%.
When my mom makes them, he's not going to get any.
That's because you can't. You know why he's so mad about it? Because you can't eat it in the truck.
No, he can't.
Oh, check it out. So I also put it on Instagram real fast. And what won? 44%? Burritos.
Damn.
Tacos came in at 26%, then quesadillas, and just 7% for enchiladas.
Oh, it's like they just flipped the top two there. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll have Primetime Kitchen. We'll have Embers Only.
Are we going to assault him?
Oh, we are so kidnapping that fool tomorrow.
Are we? Awesome.
Sabrina will be in. Jack is out tomorrow, so Sabby Cat will be with us. We always have a good time with Sabby Cat.
Yeah, we do.
And then your calls, texts, and talkbacks. All kind of fun stuff coming up tomorrow. So we'll see you then for sure. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Thursday evening.
And stay cool. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
The center lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound before I-4. On I-4, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic through that World Drive area. Emergency crews are